Chapter 67. Spiderweb Entanglement. Lu Chen immediately attacked, and the 7 heads and 3 dumb heads rushed out of the forest at the same time. The players in the field were focused on dealing with Tao Wu. Suddenly, a white sticky thing shot over and stuck to the players who were trying to delay the boss. On the other side, everyone suddenly realized that their backyard was on fire. Damn, there's a monster behind us. Who lured the monster to another place? What kind of monster is this? Gnolls. And female ghosts. Not good. There's another boss behind us. Damn, its attack is so. Before the last word could be finished, that person returned to the Celestial Mountain to report. At this time, the players not only had to deal with the extremely difficult Tao Wu's soul remnant, but they also had to deal with the enemy behind them. They were attacked from the front and back, and it was difficult to take care of both sides. Damn, where did this monster come from? How did my team members die so quickly? Xiao Yaofeng had a headache. Tao Wu was originally more difficult to deal with than the other bosses, but they also provoked other monsters. The people behind, try to pull those monsters away. The ones here are dying. However, no one answered behind him. From the thick fog, a huge figure gradually appeared. Xiao Yaofeng slightly raised his head and looked at this terrifying monster. What kind of creature is this? Gnolls? Spiders? Bamboo pythons? Or 3-petal flower demons? None of them. The name above its head was so long that only part of it could be seen. No, Commander. This is not a gnoll. As he spoke, the terrifying guy raised his front foot and raised his sharp spikes to attack again. 3 numbers suddenly appeared above Xiao Yaofeng's head. -767 critical hit. -300 poison. -300 poisoned. This attack. Oh my god. Xiao Yaofeng hurriedly retreated. -300 poison. -330 poison. -300 poison. -360 poisoned. Xiao Yaofeng dead. Xiao Yaofeng revived in front of the Celestial Mountain reincarnation mirror, and his whole body was stunned. Leader, you died too? Xiao Yaofeng still did not respond. Xiao Yao, were you also poisoned to death by that guy? Xiao Yaofeng turned around and looked at the vice leader, and found a friend. That guy's attack is too terrifying. Xiaofeng nodded. Yes, it was. Even Tao Wu had to hit me twice before he could kill me. But this guy only attacked me once, then turned around and left. Then I was poisoned to death. It's the venom of the poisonous spider, and the 7-step poison of the green bamboo python. What kind of monster is that? Gradually, more and more people appeared in front of the reincarnation mirror. Carefree looked at these people, and knew what was going on. The people from their teams had all died and returned. Sigh, this is too infuriating. 10,000 HP. Someone at the side was indignant. Everyone, don't just stand there. Let's hurry over. There are so many of us. We should be able to break through. It will take half an hour to get there from here. Is there enough time? Even if it's too late, we still have to go and take a look. After some discussion, Carefree Travel, and the other captains felt that there was a need to try again. They immediately reorganized their forces and prepared to head to the 100 Beast Mountain Range. After taking care of ESD and the others, Lu Chen quickly killed Bayan. He could deal over 4,000 HP in one wave. He only needed to deal 3 waves of damage. Bayan's stun was strong, but Lu Chen also had the spider web. Moreover, he had over 10,000 HP. Bayan could not kill him instantly. After killing Bayan, the system made an announcement. You have destroyed the Northeast Formation Core for me, Lone Tyrant. Fuck, Solipsistic actually got lucky. Fuck, I'm so angry. Xiaofeng shook his head. We were 90% done, but Solipsistic actually got lucky. Fuck, I've never been so frustrated playing games in my life. This guy is too disgusting. Carefree Travel sighed. Xiaofeng, we can only blame ourselves for being unlucky this time. If you were Solipsistic, would you let go of this opportunity? Xiaofeng clenched his fist. But after thinking about it carefully, if he saw a boss with low HP, he would naturally not ignore it. Sigh, Carefree, I know you're right. I just feel unfair. Let's go and see if there's another chance. Lu Chen did not have time to complain about the system's big mouth. He did not even have time to look at the rewards and directly chose. Choose Reward 2. Obtained Baiyan Cub. Baiyan looked a bit like a cow. Its size was similar to Xiao Bai and Xiaohong. It was more attracted to you than a normal cow. Who would have thought that this guy would grow into a terrifying Baiyan? Lu Chen smiled and carried Baiyan. Little guy, I don't have time to play with you now. You can play with Xiao Bai and Xiaohong first. 7 heads and 3 idiots. Quick, Chaos is almost done. Let's go. Chaos Remnant had already cleaned up Holy Flame and the others. A huge beast with 15,000 HP was walking back and forth among a large number of corpses. Luckily there's no HP regeneration. Lu Chen panted. He did not have time to rest, and immediately led the 7 heads and 3 idiots to work. Chaos Remnant's attacks were split attacks. Lu Chen's group had fewer people, and 7 of them were long-range attackers. They were not weak at all. After 4 waves of attacks, the Chaos Remnant's huge body crashed to the ground. Player Solipsistic destroyed the Southeast Formation Core. Lu Chen was already used to the system announcements and directly chose the Chaos Cub. His pet army was filled with another squeaky lion cub. Lu Chen put away the Chaos Cub and hurried to the next stop. When he left the Northwest Formation Core, Lu Chen left a few spider webs and disabled a few tanks. However, there were quite a lot of experts here. When Lu Chen returned, the players were not wiped out. Tao Tai's HP had been whittled down to a little over 20,000. Thunderclap and TT's remaining substitutes pulled back the aggro and took control of the battlefield. As expected of a top guild, their adaptability is really good. Lu Chen could not help but exclaim. Of course, all of this was not beyond Lu Chen's expectations. Otherwise, he would not have come to Tao Tai's place in the end. Since the boss did not kill them, Lu Chen had to do it himself. In the fog, Lu Chen was like a ghost. He led the 7-headed fools to kill the players and completely messed up the battlefield. Player Dynasty Crown Prince destroyed the East Formation Core. This was the first player other than Solipsistic to successfully destroy the Formation Core. This news also made Lu Chen stunned for a moment. However, calculating the time, no matter how strong Lu Chen was, it was impossible for him to destroy all the Formation Cores. He did not know what reward Dynasty Crown Prince had chosen. Was it a phantom beast or a cub? If it was a cub, Lu Chen still had a chance to snatch it. If it was a phantom beast, then Lu Chen could not do anything about it. Whatever, I'll take down Tao Tai first. Lu Chen quickly collected his thoughts and cleared the battlefield. Under the encirclement of Lu Chen and Tao Tai, as well as the surrounding fog, even if they were all first-class experts, they could only accept the fate of being wiped out. After getting rid of the player team, Lu Chen was much more relaxed when facing Tao Tai. Tao Tai absorbed spiritual energy, but Lu Chen did not use spiritual energy to attack. He used poison. Absorbing impure spiritual energy only made him cultivate for a few more hours when he upgraded his spiritual power in the future. It had no effect on him killing Tao Tai's remnant soul. 20 minutes later, Lu Chen destroyed the Northwest Formation Core again and obtained Tao Tai's cub. Ha ha ha, the 4 vicious beasts are in my hands. Lu Chen solved one of his worries and relaxed a lot. Even if there was no harvest, this time he made a lot of money. In order to prevent people from coming over, Lu Chen temporarily left the Northwest Formation Core and moved to the center of the large array. This way, no matter which formation core he went to later, it would be very convenient. Dynasty Crown Prince should not leave here so easily. Although Lu Chen had completed his goal, he still did not give up. If he could get all the 8 mythological beasts, it would be perfect. People were greedy. If Lu Chen was like this, then the Dynasty Crown Prince must be like this as well. If Lu Chen guessed correctly, then he still had a chance. However, at this time, a system prompt suddenly appeared. Congratulations on collecting all the cubs of the 4 ancient vicious beasts and activating the hidden task, Ancient Vicious Beasts. The task will expire in 5 minutes. Once received, it must be completed within the specified time. Please choose whether to accept the task. Fuck. What's going on? Lu Chen frowned. The hidden task was activated at this time. Chapter 68. Although it was very rare to encounter a hidden mission, Lu Chun was now eyeing the 8 mythical beasts. This mission was time-limited, so he didn't know if he could make it in time. Let's take a look at the mission first. Lu Chun opened the mission. Mission Ultimate Beast, Fog Forest Hidden Mission. Time-limited, unique, non-repeatable. Mission description. First of all, congratulations to you for completing an incredible feat in a server-wide mission. You single-handedly destroyed more than 4 of the octagonal array cores. You also captured any combination of the 4 ancient beasts, or the 4 mythical beasts of water and fire. This is the proof of your strength and luck. You are now qualified to complete a more difficult mission. Lu Chun frowned slightly. It seemed that the activation condition of this hidden mission was to kill the 4 ancient beasts, or the 4 mythical beasts of water and fire. He had just gathered the 4 ancient beasts, so the mission was activated. His mission was called Ultimate Beast. If he gathered the 4 mythical beasts of water and fire, the mission might be Ultimate Beast. Then I'm the only one who can activate this mission? Lu Chun thought. Although he didn't gather the 4 mythical beasts of water and fire, Xiaohong was in his hands. In other words, no matter how strong the other players were, they wouldn't be able to activate the mission because they didn't have Fire Kirin. I'm sorry everyone. Lu Chun laughed sinisterly and sympathized with the other players. Then he continued to look at the mission. Mission details. Choose one of the 4 ancient beasts and enter the killing array to kill its remnant soul. Mission time, 24 hours. Mission reward. Summoning stone of illusory beast corresponding to the 4 ancient beasts or one of their offspring. Lu Chun blinked his eyes. There was actually a mythical beast's offspring here? This mission could only be activated by gathering the 4 ancient beasts. This also meant that the so-called ultimate beast was more powerful than the 4 ancient beasts. Damn, there are stronger ones. Lu Chun suddenly became excited. Let's take a look at the 4 ancient beasts first. 1. Purple Flame Phoenix. 2. Black Flame Dragon Emperor. 3. Sky Devouring Demonic Tiger. 4. Overturn the Sea Martial Emperor. Lu Chun almost vomited blood. These were the 4 ancient beasts. Compared to them, his long string of prefixes was simply a joke. Dragon, Phoenix, Tiger, Turtle. They corresponded to the 4 great divine beasts, but they were of the dark element. As a citizen of Wuxia, Lu Chun at least knew that the 4 great mythological beasts were the strongest among the mythological beasts. Compared to the 4 great mythological beasts, the Qilin, Baiyan Baizhe, and so on were all inferior. Looks like the strength of the 8 divine beasts guarding the octagonal formation core should be about the same. And these 4 ultimate ferocious beasts are stronger than them. At this moment, all of Lu Chun's doubts had vanished into thin air. What water Qilin? What fire and water? He didn't care anymore. The 4 ultimate ferocious beasts were his true goal. This mission must be completed with all his might. However, the question now was which of the 4 ultimate ferocious beasts should he choose? After pausing for 2 seconds, Lu Chun chose the Black Flame Dragon Emperor. Not for anything else, but because it was a dragon. Wuxia's dragon. I choose the Black Flame Dragon Emperor. Lu Chun said with certainty. You have chosen your mission target. This will also be your mission reward. Mission Ultimate Ferocious Beasts activated. Please place the 4 great ancient ferocious beasts summoning stone, or their cubs on the corresponding stone pillars. 4 stone pillars rose slowly from the northeast, southeast, northwest and southwest directions. When they were about 1.5 meters tall, the 4 stone pillars stopped. Lu Chun placed Little White, Little Red, Little Mao, and Little Cow in the corresponding positions. Will this be like the secret territory prayer? Will they not return me after I put them up? Lu Chun was a little worried. However, the 4 little ones seemed to like staying on the stone pillars. Lu Chun saw that they didn't resist, and sat on the stone pillars obediently. He didn't say anything else. I wonder if we can break through the murderous formation. When the 4 little ones returned to their positions, black smoke appeared from the side of the stone pillars. It covered the entire center of the mist forest. The black smoke gathered quickly. The 4 great ancient ferocious beasts that Lu Chun defeated earlier, Qiongqi Taotai, Tao Wu, and Chaos Spirit appeared again. Damn! Don't tell me I have to kill all 4 of them at the same time. Lu Chun was a little nervous. He couldn't kill all 4 of them at the same time. Think about it. Tao Wu stunned them. Qiongqi followed up with a combo attack, and chaos split them. If Tao Tai just stood there and watched, his team would be killed within minutes. Dynasty's Crown Prince was leading his team to the formation I in the west. Crown Prince, we've agreed that we'll work together. You get the reward first this time, and we'll get it next time. Huang Sha looked at Dynasty's Crown Prince with his guard up. Huang Sha, God of War is a reputable guild. Do we have to fall out with such a powerful ally just for a reward? Dynasty's Crown Prince laughed. That's right, Huang Sha. If you have the time to be wary of your own people, why don't you think about how to get more divine beasts? Dynasty's 9th Wangya said. Dynasty and God of War are definitely strong. There's also Snow Mountain, Emo Shou and Taiya. We have more than 700 people. We're definitely the strongest team in the Fog Forest. With our team, even if we encounter the unique and righteous, we might not have a chance of winning. That's right. I, Crown Prince, will definitely fulfill my promise to God of War and the other leaders. What we need to do now is to get more divine beasts. This thing is definitely beneficial for the development of the guild in the future. Let's not waste time here. Let's go get the fire Wuxia. Huang Sha thought about it. Although he didn't trust Dynasty, Crown Prince was right. No matter what, they had to get another divine beast first. Although they were both divine beasts of water and fire, Tao Wu was different from Kirin. Kirin had high attack power, but Tao Wu's attack power was lower. However, Tao Wu's specialty was that it could attack from a distance. This was simply a nightmare for players. When they were fighting Tao Wu, Dynasty had more than 700 people, but they had lost more than 200 of them. This showed how troublesome Tao Wu's long-range attack was. As their vision was blocked, Crown Prince and the others hid in the surrounding forest and waited for the report from the scouts. Not long after, the scouts brought back the report. There were only 200 players left in the west. The commander was the Overlord's guild leader, Overlord Aotian. Fire Qilin did not have much HP left. It only had slightly more than 10,000 HP left. Overlord Cloud Top only has this many people? Dynasty Crown Prince rolled his eyes. Huang Sha, this is a good opportunity. The boss's HP is low. Let's go and get it now. Overlord Aotian was concentrating on his command. They had more than 300 people in the beginning. Now the boss was about to die. It was all thanks to the commander and everyone's ability. Seeing that the boss was about to die, he didn't dare to be careless. However, at that moment, a large group of people charged out of the dense forest behind them. No matter how strong Overlord Aotian's command was, there was nothing he could do when faced with such a situation where he was outnumbered. It's Dynasty and Combat God. Crown Prince Huang Sha, you're despicable. Dynasty Crown Prince smiled. Aotian, what you're saying is too childish. In this place, the strongest person gets the treasure. You don't have the ability, and you want to get your hands on the divine beast. I can only say sorry. Brothers, kill them. After Dynasty Crown Prince shouted, he signaled to Jiu Wangya, who was next to him. Jiu Wangya knew what he meant, and immediately pounced on Aotian. Crown Prince, leave this person to me. You go and kill the others. Crown Prince nodded slightly and turned around, disappearing into the fog. Dynasty Crown Prince escaped from the battlefield alone, and hid behind the stone pillar. Overlord and the others were no longer a threat. Next, Combat God and Royals people would kill Huowuwu. Once they were done, he would be the closest to the stone pillar. Chapter 69. In the central area of the misty forest, the 4 primordial beasts stood on 4 stone pillars. The black gas around them was getting thicker and thicker. Gradually, the black gas began to condense, and the shape of a giant dragon became clearer. After a while, the Black Rock Dragon Emperor's soul finally appeared in front of Lu Chen. This guy was more than 10 meters long. It hovered in the air, looking down at the world with its majestic dragon aura. Lu Chen, who was more than 3 meters tall, looked so small in front of it. Damn, this is the ultimate beast, the Black Rock Dragon Emperor. Lu Chen took a deep breath. He was so shocked that he stuttered. In Jiutian, this feeling was no different from reality. When he saw the Black Rock Dragon Emperor, the pressure was incomparable to any other game. Just by looking at the Black Rock Dragon Emperor's aura, Lu Chen was sure that this guy was much stronger than the 4 primordial beasts. Damn it, I can't beat it. At this moment, the 4 primordial beast souls finally moved. They jumped down from the stone pillars and stood in front of Lu Chen, facing the Black Rock Dragon Emperor. The 4 primordial beasts will help me? Lu Chen's eyes were filled with hope. The Black Rock Dragon Emperor glanced at the people below. Suddenly, it opened its mouth and spat out a ball of black flames. The 4 primordial beasts had 100,000 health points. They stood in front of Lu Chen, but after being attacked by the black flames, their health points decreased rapidly. The black flames caused each of the 4 primordial beasts to lose 20,000 health points. Damn, this is a spiritual attack. Lu Chen's eyes widened. Until now, Lu Chen had not seen a spiritual attack. The players, including the 7 primordial beasts, and himself at most added spiritual attacks to their normal attacks. However, the Black Rock Dragon Emperor's attack was completely different. 20,000 health points in one attack. And it was a group attack. If it were not for the protection of the 4 primordial beasts, Lu Chen and the others would have been killed instantly. No, this is an area of effect skill. I can't let the 4 primordial beasts gather together. Lu Chen immediately realized this point. The Black Flame Dragon King had already launched an attack. Lu Chen had to react in time. 7-headed 3 idiots, retreat to the safe zone. The 4 of you spread out. Tao Tai absorbs pure spiritual energy. I'll try to attack. After receiving the order, Bayer leaped up and slapped the Black Dragon. Tao Wu's claw only dealt around 500 damage. The Black Rock Dragon Emperor's physical defense was terrifying. Other than that, the Black Flame Dragon King had 500,000 HP. Surprisingly, Tao Wu's claw had a special effect, stun. That guy isn't immune to dizziness either. Lu Chen gradually calmed down. The Black Flame Dragon King was not immune to stun, nor was it immune to poison. That meant that it was not impossible to fight. When it's stunned for 5 seconds, everyone attack with all you've got. Lu Chen shouted as he rushed over, his front leg stabbing at the dragon's tail. -1 critical, -300 poison, -300 poisoned. You can use poison. Lu Chen took advantage of the Black Flame Dragon Emperor's stun and attacked continuously. Although he could not break through its defense, the poison effect would last for a while if he attacked a few more times. 5 seconds, the 4 beasts and Lu Chen attacked crazily. The Black Rock Dragon Emperor's HP slowly decreased. In the end, it lost around 20,000 HP. When the Black Rock Dragon Emperor woke up, it immediately turned around and pounced at Qiongqi. Qiongqi had a combo attack. In the same time, it would definitely deal the highest damage. Naturally, it would attract aggro. Black Flame's cooldown was not over yet. The Black Rock Dragon Emperor turned around and pounced at Qiongqi. 4144. Qiongqi's physical defense was quite high. However, the Black Dragon's attack had dealt over 4,000 HP to it. Damn, its physical attack is also so strong. This guy is a dual magician. Lu Chen hurriedly activated Web Entanglement. Tao Wu Chaos continued to attack. Tao Tai burn mana. Qiongqi, keep your distance. Once Tao Wu is stunned, everyone attack. Lu Chen immediately ordered. Under normal circumstances, Qiongqi would not be able to escape from the Black Dragon's attack. However, Lu Chen had a super powerful crowd control skill, Web Entanglement. When Lu Chen first learned this skill, he regretted it. Now, it seemed that the 1,000 Sound of Flowers was worth it. Whether or not he could defeat the Black Rock Dragon Emperor depended on this skill. Tao Wu's stun rate was very high. After 2 to 3 attacks, the Black Rock Dragon Emperor was stunned again. The 4 beasts and Lu Chen rushed forward and attacked it. As Tao Wu could not stack the stun effect during the stun period, the Black Rock Dragon Emperor would definitely wake up after 5 seconds. At this time, Qiongqi, who had the highest damage output and the highest aggro value, quickly ran away. Lu Chen did not wait for the Black Dragon to take all of the damage from the 7-step poison. He immediately used Web Entanglement. Lu Chen had thought very clearly about the reason why he did not wait for the Black Dragon to move and let the 7-step poison take effect. The damage of the 7-step poison was weaker than the 4 mythical beasts. The most important thing now was to protect the 4 mythical beasts. Qiongqi, Tao Wu and Tao Tai were very important. Even Hun Dun, who was the most useless against the Black Rock Dragon Emperor, could deal more damage than the 7-step poison. There was still plenty of time. There was no need to pursue the poison damage. After a few attacks, the Black Rock Dragon Emperor lost 100,000 health points. It had been a long time since it last attacked with the Black Flame. Tao Tai has been limiting its pure spiritual energy storage. If that was the case, it was only a matter of time before they killed the Black Rock Dragon Emperor. Half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours. In the system notification, Dynasty's Crown Prince destroyed the West Relic, while Celestial Butcher Xianyuan destroyed the North Relic. However, Lu Chen did not care about these notifications at all. 3 hours. The mission has been completed. With everyone's efforts, we've successfully defended against the mist. The reward for the Octagon Relic has been released. The double experience will start at 10 a.m. on Friday and will end at 20 p.m. In Fenglingzi's live streaming channel, the fans were obviously not satisfied. The mission has been completed. The experts from the national server are so powerful. I heard that those who destroy the relic will get the Summoning Stone of Illusion, or the Baby of a Divine Beast. Damn, those who got the rewards are so powerful. Solipsistic got 5 of them. I wonder if he wants the Summoning Stone or the Baby. Dynasty's Crown Prince is so powerful too. He got 2 of the rewards among so many experts. Dynasty will definitely be powerful in the future. Don't you guys know about Dynasty? I heard that Dynasty's Crown Prince tricked Ares' people. Initially, Dynasty's Crown Prince was supposed to get the second reward. However, he touched the stone pillar first and got the reward first. Is that true? Ares' people didn't do anything to them? They went offline after they got the reward. Damn, that's disgusting. Hey, did you guys notice why the mist in the mist forest hasn't dispersed even though the mission has been completed, and there are no more monsters in the mist? It was unknown who said this, but everyone was stunned at once. That's right. Wasn't the mission completed? Why hasn't the mist dispersed? A large group of top players from the server were sent to the entrance of the mist. There were enemies and guilds that went through hardships together. However, everyone was looking at the entrance of the mist forest in confusion. The entrance had not disappeared, and there was still mist around. What's happening? The mist is still there. Someone's still in there. I know who it is. It's Solipsistic. Everyone came to their senses. That's right. Solipsistic was still in there. Maybe he's fighting some monsters and hasn't left the battle yet. That's why he can't be sent out. That's very possible. He's here to resell equipment. He definitely won't let go of those monsters with such high drops. That's interesting. I'd like to see who this legendary mad god is. The mission had ended. However, none of the 10,000 most powerful players from the national server left. Fenglingzi took a deep breath and said to the audience watching the live stream, Mad God's real face is finally revealed. Chapter 70. Lone Tyrant's ID could be said to be known by everyone in the country. However, the strange thing was that none of the players from the newbie village had said that they had seen Solipsistic before. Perhaps Solipsistic's level was higher than most of the players, but no one had seen him before. This had caused many rumors about Solipsistic to spread on the internet. Now the Fog Forest mission had merged all the Chinese servers. After the mission, everyone would be teleported to the entrance of the Fog Forest. Moreover, Solipsistic had been on TV 5 times, proving that he was here. Fengling, don't go offline. Let us see Solipsistic. I want to see what kind of monster he is. He can leave all the guilds and players behind. What kind of monster is he? I'm not going to sleep anymore. The #1 mystery of Jiotian is going to be solved today. I must see it with my own eyes. After waiting for half an hour, it was 6 o'clock in the morning. Lone Tyrant's group of mobs hadn't been finished yet. It can't be that long, right? He should have been teleported out after the first wave. I think he might not even be here. It's possible that he died before. Black Dragon Yen Huang only had 1/10 of its HP left, but Lu Chen was still in good health. After fighting 5 mythological beast remnant souls, plus spending almost 4 hours with the Black Rock Dragon Emperor. Lu Chen's spirit was exhausted. He was now relying on his last bit of willpower. There would not be a second chance. This time, he had to take down the Black Rock Dragon Emperor. The last hour was the most difficult one for Lu Chen since he started playing the game. Lu Chen was physically and mentally exhausted. He even made a few mistakes, which directly led to the death of Qiongqi. Fortunately, Hundun was able to fill in the gaps in time, which prevented the team from being wiped out. Stunned, Lu Chen, Hundun, Tao Tai, and even the 7 divine beasts launched their final attack. The Black Rock Dragon Emperor's HP was at its last sliver for a few seconds before it was finally killed. Congratulations, you have slain the Black Rock Dragon Emperor Remnant. Mission Ultimate Dire Beast completed. Seeing this notification, Lu Chen was completely exhausted. Hundun and the rest returned to the stone pillars. Even Qiongqi, who had died in battle, returned. The black gas gradually dissipated, and they became cubs again. Lu Chen lifted his eyelids weakly. Seeing the 4 little fellows sitting there, he smiled weakly. Not bad, at least you've returned them to me. Please select your reward from the options below. 1. Black Flame Dragon Emperor's Soul Essence Fragment. You can summon a powerful Black Rock Dragon Emperor to fight for you. The duration and the strength of the Black Rock Dragon Emperor will become stronger as your spiritual power grows. 2. Black Flame Dragon Emperor Cub. Summon a Black Rock Dragon Emperor Cub. The Black Flame Dragon Emperor Cub is the weakest compared to the other Dragon Emperor Cub and is easily attacked by other creatures. You will need to put in more effort for its growth. I choose reward number 2. Lu Chen did not even think about it. A small black snake appeared in front of Lu Chen. It was about 10 centimeters long. It swam towards Lu Chen and stuck out its tongue from time to time. Lu Chen did not like snakes. If Lu Chen did not know that this fellow was the Black Flame Dragon Emperor Cub, he would have been frightened by this fellow. Lu Chen was too lazy to look at the attributes. He just wanted to rest now. He stretched out his hand. The little fellow climbed up Lu Chen's arm and stopped on Lu Chen's shoulder. It looked very obedient. When the Fire Qilin Xiaobai saw the little snake, it stretched out its claws and wanted to bully the little snake. In the end, the little snake stood up and stuck out its tongue at Xiaobai, scaring Xiaobai into hiding in Lu Chen's arms. Haha, little white, I suggest that you get along well with it. It will protect you in the future. After keeping the other 4 cubs, Lu Chen now had 6 divine beast cubs. And one of them was a dragon. You have completed Ultimate Beast and unlocked the legendary hidden mission Divine Blood Demon Seed. Please check the mission panel. Legendary hidden mission? What's that? Lu Chen opened the mission panel curiously. A new mission appeared as expected. Mission Divine Blood Demon Seed. Even the name of this mission was orange. Completed the mission's Ultimate Divine Beast and Ultimate Beast, and cleared the 3 hidden dungeons Ragnarok, Demonic Shrine and Ghost Valley. Collected 4 Ultimate Beasts. Black Flame Dragon Emperor, Purple Flame Phoenix, Sky Devouring Demonic Tiger, and Fu Haiwu. Mission progress 1/4. Collected 4 Ultimate Divine Beasts. Azure Dragon, Foodie Vermilion Bird, Aurora White Tiger and Gilded Black Tortoise. Mission progress 0/4. Ragnarok Dungeon. Incomplete. Demonic Shrine Dungeon. Incomplete. Ghost Valley. Incomplete and in mission reward. 1 portion of Divine Blood, 1 portion of Demon Seed. Looking at this mission, Lu Chen did not feel good. Fuck this, what kind of fucking difficult mission is this? To complete all 4 Ultimate Beasts missions, there were still 4 Ultimate Divine Beasts missions. And to clear the 3 hidden dungeons. Even the weakest part of this mission, subduing the Black Flame Dragon Emperor, required the 4 ancient beasts, and defeating the Black Flame Dragon Emperor. This was already an impossible mission. In the end, in the Divine Blood Demon Seed mission, this mission only took up 1/11th of the mission. If the difficulty of the hidden dungeon was taken into account, it was not even 1/11th of the mission. Fuck, this is indeed a legendary mission. It's impossible to complete. Forget it, I'll not look at it. It has nothing to do with me anyway. However, the next system notification had a lot to do with Lu Chen. Fog Forest mission has been completed. The fog forest will disappear permanently in half an hour. You will be teleported to the entrance of the fog forest in 2 minutes. Fuck. He was going to be teleported out? Didn't this mean that the other players would be teleported out as well? Lu Chen did not know that he was the only one in the fog forest. He also did not know that half an hour ago, there were nearly 5,000 people waiting at the entrance of the fog forest, just to see his glory. Only I, the unique and only. What kind of person was this? Fortunately, Lu Chen thought that the situation would be worse. He thought that he would be teleported out with the other players in the fog forest. Imagine a scene where a group of people were teleported out together, and suddenly there was a half gnoll, half spider, with a snake tail, wooden horns, and a string of names above his head. Lu Chen did not dare to imagine that scene. What should I do? What should I do? I'm going to be surrounded by tens of thousands of people. Lu Chen anxiously paced back and forth. Lu Chen's brain was not working. He could only place his hopes on his most magical function, the reputation store. Opening the reputation store, Lu Chen just took a look and found a magical item. Fuck, when did I get this skin? At the same time, the scene at the entrance of the fog forest was different from what everyone expected. At first, many people were waiting for the solipsistic, but after waiting for half an hour, and seeing that no one came out, half of them left. Then, another 10 minutes passed. Even the most patient people did not expect to see the solipsistic. However, as the two of them quietly went online, the players, who were already exhausted, instantly went into an uproar. Someone discovered that the Crown Prince, who had 2 Fog Forest rewards, and the Celestial Slayer Xian Yuan, who had 1 reward, were mixed in with the crowd. Chapter 71. Dynasty Bastard, I didn't kill you on the public chat and you're shameless. Battle God Yellow Sand was not angry, but his wife Battle God Shui Wu was already mad. In reality, Battle God's people were furious. Despicable bastard. You promised to give us the second reward, but Crown Prince stole it. Are all of you dynasty thieves? The dynasty's Crown Prince was embarrassed to be scolded like that. I accidentally touched the stone pillar. I was focused on lighting the fire. But don't worry, I can give you money and the other guilds. I won't give you less than what I promised you. Get lost. I don't want your stinky money. Battle God Yellow Sand was furious. I've been playing games for more than 10 years, and you're the most shameless person I've ever met. Brothers, the system has been advertising who destroyed the formation core. I'm sure that the system's goal is to expose who has the treasure. Now the treasure will be exposed more. Let's kill him together. Battle God Yellow Sand's speculation made everyone ponder. Many games encouraged PK, and Battle God Yellow Sand's words made sense. Why did the system keep advertising the points? It wanted the players to PK. Correspondingly, the drop rate would be higher than usual. Overlord's people appeared at that moment. Don't you know that the crow is laughing at the pig? You guys from Ares and Dynasty are the same kind of people. You guys ambushed us when we were fighting the boss. Great, we have to settle this score. Overlord Proud Sky held the broken rock. These two groups of people were talking as if the reward should be theirs. Overlord had been fighting for so long, and now they're just spectators? Battle God, don't think about keeping it all to yourself. Brothers of Overlord, get back what we lost. Kill. While this side was in chaos, the other side was not quiet either. How did Celestial Slayer Xian Yuan get the reward? He seemed to have offended many people. Suddenly, the peaceful mist forest became a battlefield with tens of thousands of people. Of course, the most hated ones were Dynasty's Crown Prince and Celestial Slayer Xian Yuan who had the treasure. Whether it was for revenge or not, no one could say for sure. However, stealing treasures was definitely a big reason. There was still more than a minute before they would be teleported out. Lu Chen quickly recalled the 7-headed idiots and kept the 6 pets in the monster pen. Exchange for human skin quick! What Lu Chen had marveled at previously was the human player's skin. There was a prerequisite for obtaining the skin, and that was to kill a sufficient number of the species. In the past, Lu Chen had only killed a dozen or so players. But in the dense fog forest, he had killed over 1,000 people in one breath. After the conditions were met, a human player's skin appeared in the reputation field. Perhaps in the eyes of the reputation shop, humans were no different from other species, and could be exchanged as long as the requirements were met. This was Lu Chen's life-saving straw. After changing into his human skin, Lu Chen's height suddenly decreased. Those spider legs, wooden horns, and snake tail were all gone. After changing his skin, Lu Chen's appearance finally returned to his original appearance. His equipment could be displayed normally, and his ID could be hidden. He was just like a normal player. Fuck. Seeing that the character's image was exactly the same as his in real life, Lu Chen was so excited that he wanted to cry. I'm finally normal. However, Lu Chen's appearance was only normal. His stats were still his original stats. Alright, now I'm really a wolf in human skin. Just as he was about to be teleported out, Lu Chen made a mental note to change his broken stones into his spiked mace, put on his wolf skin shoulder pads, and took off Evenhill's protection. These stats did not affect him much, but they could confuse other players. I wonder if I can go to the Celestial Mountain main city now. While Lu Chen was still imagining things, a white light rose from under his feet. He had been teleported out. The white light dissipated, and Lu Chen was already at the entrance of the dense fog forest. As soon as he came out, the scene of tens of thousands of people gathered in Lu Chen's imagination did not appear. Instead, the entire area was filled with thousands of people. The scene was spectacular and chaotic. It was hard to tell who was on the same side as whom. What the hell? Fighting as soon as I come out? Are they all so brave and fierce? Lu Chen looked confused. Why are there still people spreading the news? Could it be? A somewhat beautiful woman just happened to pass by. When she saw a person suddenly appear, she stopped and looked at Lu Chen strangely. He was alone, and his equipment was a spiked mace and wolfskin shoulder pads. This meant that this guy did not have broken stones. He might have bought them from the trading platform. No, this guy is definitely not the best in the world. How could the best's equipment be so bad? How could he not have his own team? But why did this guy only come out now? Why did you come out so late? The woman asked curiously. Oh, that. Ahem. I didn't come out from the dense fog forest. I went offline here before, and just came back online. The woman frowned and thought about it. It seemed to be possible. Beauty, your equipment is so strong. You have broken stones and Evenhill's protection? What are you doing here? Why are you fighting like this? Calling her a beauty, +1 favorability. The beauty did not want to reject this ignorant man. Most importantly, she did not have her guard up against this lone player with average equipment. She explained simply. Oh, you might not know since you just came online. Many teams have grudges in the dense fog forest. Actually, it has nothing to do with grudges. It's normal to kill steal in dungeons like this. The real purpose is to get the treasure. Get the treasure? Yeah, Prince and Xianyuan are online. Both of them have treasures. They are now chasing after their 2 guilds. If it's not for the treasure, what is it? Lu Chen frowned. Those 2 are still there? Does that mean I still have a chance? Where are they? I don't know. I'm looking for them too. But the fog is not completely gone yet. I'm afraid they might have run away. The fog did not affect Lu Chen. Moreover, Lu Chen's vision was much wider than the average person's. Soon, he saw where Dynasty and Celestial Slayer were. Oh, thank you. I'll be going now. Bye. Lu Chen looked at the woman's ID, Phoenix Dance's Autumn Rain. Phoenix Dances seemed to be a female players' guild. However, there was no time to think. Lu Chen bade farewell, and quietly moved toward Dynasty. Phoenix Dance's Autumn Rain did not think much of it. She turned around and continued her search. However, she suddenly stopped and turned around to look in the direction where Lu Chen disappeared. That's weird. How did this guy get through the poisonous fog forest? Phoenix Dance's Autumn Rain could not figure it out. She shook her head and went to meet up with her team. Lu Chen quickly ran toward the battlefield in the fog. He clearly saw that Dynasty's players were protecting Prince with their lives, while Prince was running away. If he was out of battle for too long, he might just go offline. The ones who were chasing Prince the most ferociously were a man and a woman. They were War God Kuang Sha and War God Xuewu. Honey, don't let him escape. I know. I'll kill him even if I have to chase him to the end of the world. The dynasty crown prince was upset. The war god couple was too ferocious. They had been chasing him for almost 20 minutes. He was definitely determined to kill him. Initially, he wanted to go online anonymously and wait for Solipsistic to see if there was a chance for him to steal his treasure. However, he was recognized. Now he did not dare to stop. He needed a countdown to go offline. However, the others would not give him the time to do so. The direction toward the Immortal Mountain was blocked by the others. He could only run deeper into the 100 Beast Mountain range. He wanted to see if he could use high-level monsters to get rid of them. Lu Chen followed the war god couple all the way. He was still thinking of how to stop them without anyone noticing. However, Lu Chen could not help but laugh when he saw the direction that Prince was running. He would reach the mass grave if he continued running. This guy really knows how to pick a place. Doesn't he know that this is Seven Heads territory? Lu Chen was not in a hurry. He would let him run first. Soon, Dynasty's crown prince ran into the mass grave as expected. The battle god couple chased after him. Suddenly, more than 10 headless flying corpses appeared from the ground under their feet. Honey, it's so scary. War god Xuewu hugged her husband tightly. Don't be afraid. I'm here. That guy wants to get rid of us here. However, he's not doing well either. We'll definitely win if we fight him 2-on-1. Lu Chen scoffed. I hate it when you show off your love. 7 heads, we're home. Come out. Kill all 3 of them. Chapter 72. The god of war couple ignored the monsters around them and charged at Crown Prince. Despicable be ****. Not only will I take back what's mine, but I'll take your reward too. Crown Prince tried his best to stay calm. The monsters' attacks were strange and high damage. The 3 of them had a lot of health left. Although it was dangerous, it might be his only chance to run away. Both he and Huang Sha had Everhill's protection. As long as they were attacked, their opponent's attack and movement speed would be reduced. It would be fatal if they stayed there for even a second. Crown Prince did not fight back against the god of war couple's attack. Crown Prince, you lied to me. Go to hell. -43, -39. As soon as the god of war couple's attack succeeded, Crown Prince ran out of the mass grave. The god of war couple chased after him, but realized that they had slowed down. Oh no, it's Everhill's protection. At this moment, more headless flying corpses suddenly surrounded them and attacked the 2 of them. The husband and wife threw countless heads at each other, and in an instant they died. Damn it. This guy tricked us again. Crown Prince ran out of the mass grave with blood all over his body. He finally stopped when he saw the god of war couple dead in the mass grave. I told you guys to chase after me. You're too weak to fight me. Panting heavily, the Crown Prince recalled his escape this time. He couldn't help but be shocked by his own wit and courage. He couldn't help but feel a sense of pride in his heart. Ha ha ha. My courage and skills are indeed outstanding. Among nearly 10,000 experts, I alone occupy 2 yuan. So what if there are thousands of people chasing after me? I still managed to escape. I'll have 2 legendary pets in the future. Let's see how you guys can fight me. The only one that's pissed me off is Solipsistic. That guy has 5 legendary pets. I must kill him. Don't worry. I have money and brothers. I've always dominated the game. So what if he's powerful now? I'll kill him sooner or later. I can go offline in a few more seconds. You want to kill me for my treasures? A bunch of trash. Just when Crown Prince was anxiously waiting to go offline, a person walked out from behind him. When Crown Prince turned around and saw that person, he could not stay calm. That guy's equipment was nothing special, and he had hidden his ID just like Crown Prince. But the most fatal thing was that Crown Prince was now a black blood. The Crown Prince was indeed experienced. Even in such a desperate situation, he was still able to think of a countermeasure. Huang Sha and the others knew him, but this nameless person might not know him. It wasn't as if he had no chance. Thinking of this, the Crown Prince gritted his teeth and quickly rushed in front of that person. The Crown Prince is inside. I almost killed him. Lu Chen frowned, looking confused. What kind of situation was this? What was this guy doing? Friend, Are you here to seize the treasure as well? You don't have to hide it. I know. This is very normal. Who doesn't want to get a divine beast? Lu Chen frowned as he looked at the crown prince. I noticed that your equipment was only SOSO. I didn't expect you to encounter such a great opportunity. I can only say that you're too lucky. The crown prince said excitedly. You can see that I can't kill the crown prince anymore. Now, as long as you enter the mass grave, the divine beast will be yours. Lu Chen finally understood. This guy probably thought that he didn't know the crown prince himself, and used this to lure him into the mass grave. This guy was more than just a little sinister. He was good at using tricks. If it were any other player, they might have been fooled by him. Friend, don't let the crown prince leave the battle and go offline. There's no time to hesitate. Hurry. The crown prince looked anxious. If it weren't for the fact that he had no blood, he would have rushed in himself. Lu Chen thought to himself. Continue acting. This guy had already gotten into character. Luckily, this guy said that he wanted to be friends, so he ignored him. Otherwise, he might have been tricked by this guy behind his back. Sigh, I'm so anxious. I just don't want to see that despicable crown prince get away with it. Forget it. If you're afraid, I can't do anything. The army will be here soon. I won't have a chance. Brother, I'm going offline first. We'll meet again. With that, the crown prince was about to go offline. This guy actually went offline right in front of him. The more skilled he was, the more daring he was. Lu Chen didn't say anything. He just smashed the crown prince with his hammer. Not only did he stop the crown prince from going offline, he also smashed him to death. Lu Chen's action was too sudden. The crown prince who was offline was so shocked that he jumped out of his chair. Damn! This guy! He didn't believe him at all. It didn't matter if he didn't believe him. The most hateful thing was that this guy didn't expose him. He waited until he went offline before he made his move. Thinking about how he had tried so hard to trick this guy, and even said that the crown prince was a despicable person. The crown prince was so angry that he almost suffered internal injuries. You fucking... I'm so angry. My divine beast. It was actually killed by this piece of trash. I'm so angry. War god Huang Sha's guess was right. Before the fog forest closed, the drop rate of divine beasts was extremely high. It was even possible that they would drop upon death. Just like now, the crown prince had only dropped a few bottles of healing potions. He didn't even drop any equipment. However, the fire and water Siamese cubs had dropped. The two little ones walked around the crown prince's corpse. They looked quite pitiful. Lu Chen picked up the two little ones and smiled. Don't be sad. If you follow this guy, he'll probably treat you like livestock. It's better if you follow me. I have a lot of friends here. After putting the fire and water Siamese cubs back into the stable, Lu Chen recalled the 7 of them. He also put away Avonhill's guardian that Huang Sha had dropped. He immediately looked for his next target. Coincidentally, Tu Xian Yuan's escape plan was the same as the crown prince's. Run towards the higher-leveled monsters, and take advantage of the chaos to have a chance. Lu Chen wasn't in a hurry. He put the 7 of them back into the mass grave, and found a place to hide. There were 7 or 8 people following behind Tu Xian. It seemed that the Tu Xian guild was slightly weaker than the royal family. Them. Among the 8 people, Lu Chen actually recognized 4 of them. Iron Blood Country Defender, Soaring Dragon Warsky, Windchime, and Azura Violet Glow. Iron Blood Country was none other than the fellow who had helped him settle the dispute over his house purchase. Soaring Dragon Warsky was a member of the Soaring Dragon Guild. The reason why Lu Chen recognized him was because he was the guild leader of his younger sister, Lu Yi. As for Windchime, her fame was second only to Lone Tyrant. There was also Azura Violet Glow. Lu Chen didn't know her, but he recognized her clothes. She was wearing the 100-flower dress that was sold for 100,000 renminbi. Wasn't it bought by someone called Dancing Deity? Why did you give it to her? Lu Chen still remembered that name. After all, it was the most expensive equipment he had ever sold. Unfortunately, even though these 8 people were strong, their fates were not much different after being led into the mass grave by Tu Xian Yuan. The more people went in, the more headless corpses were attracted. and the more terrifying the ejection attack would be. Moreover, there were 7 of them mixed in with the other headless corpses, secretly attacking. The 9 people immediately started a game of throwing their heads. I was scared to death. What the hell is this place? Wenchim screamed in fright. Azura Violet Glow looked calm, but her face was already pale. Unsurprisingly, not long after, the 9 experts, including 2 Xian Yuan, died in the mass grave. Beside 2 Xian Yuan's corpse, there was a blue little guy that had lost its support. It was crying out, looking weak and helpless beside 2 Xian Yuan's corpse. When the surrounding headless corpses saw this little guy, they were like monsters that saw Tang Seng's meat, and they mercilessly pounced on it. The little guy looked helplessly at these terrifying headless corpses. Perhaps when it grew up, it could kill these weak creatures as it wished, but now, it seemed that it would not have a future. At this moment a large hand hugged it. It looked up blankly, and looked at this unfamiliar human. Lu Chen smiled. Little guy, I finally found you. Are you scared? Then I'll kill them all. You won't be scared anymore. Chapter 73. After putting away the water Qilin, Lu Chen gathered the 4 divine beasts of water and fire. Just as Lu Chen was clearing the surrounding headless flying corpses, the system's message arrived as scheduled. Congratulations, you have collected all the offspring of the 4 divine beasts of water and fire. You have activated the hidden mission Ultimate Divine Beasts. The mission will expire in 5 minutes. Once accepted, you must complete it within the specified time. Please choose whether to accept the mission. Accept, Lu Chen said calmly. Mission Ultimate Divine Beasts Fog Forest Hidden Mission. Time limited, unique, non-repeatable. Mission details. Choose one of the 4 Ultimate Divine Beasts, and enter the illusory beast formation, to kill its soul remnant. Mission time. 24 hours. Mission reward. The illusory beast summoning stone, or one of its offspring corresponding to the 4 Ultimate Divine Beasts. 1. Azure Dragon. 2. Blazing Vermilion Bird. 3. Aurora White Tiger. 4. Gilded Black Tortoise. Please choose the divine beast you wish to challenge. Lu Chen hesitated for a moment. Should he choose another dragon? He did not know if the divine beasts or the ferocious beasts were more powerful. The divine beasts and the ferocious beasts corresponded, so their skills might be the same. Should he use one ability to its fullest potential? Or should he rely on different combinations to complement each other? I'll choose a dragon. I'm not sure about the skills of the other ultimate divine beasts. Maybe the combination of skills won't work. Lu Chen said immediately. I'll choose the Azure Dragon. You will be teleported to the Fog Forest again. The Fog Forest will disappear for an extended period, until you complete the challenge. The teleportation will begin in 2 minutes. When Lu Chen was teleported out of the Fog Forest, there was still half an hour before the Fog Forest disappeared. However, after Lu Chen accepted the mission, the Fog Forest's duration was extended again. Lu Chen had already experienced the hidden mission once. This time, he did not panic at all. Taking advantage of the 2 minutes, Lu Chen looted the corpses around him. This group of people had luxurious equipment. It would be a waste if he did not pick up the few $1,000s lying on the ground. Not a bad harvest. These pieces of equipment can be sold for tens of thousands. It's a pity that the 100 flowers dress didn't drop. That's worth 100,000. Lu Chen checked his bag. Fuck, I can't use my healing potions anymore. After the battle, Azure Dragon put some of the potions back into the army's warehouse. Speaking of which, was there still no intermediate healing medicine? This small healing potion can only heal 100 HP. It's useless. Lu Chen grumbled. By the way, I should be able to go to the Immortal Mountain now. I'll go back to the Immortal Mountain to see if there are any high-grade healing pills. After tidying up his backpack, Lu Chen returned to the misty forest in a flash of golden light. Arriving at the center of the dense fog forest, Lu Chen sat on the ground to rest. This quest will take 24 hours to complete. Since I've already accepted the quest, there's no need to rush. No, I need to sleep for a while. I'm too tired after playing all night. Lu Chen didn't dare to go offline. He was afraid that if he went offline, Something would go wrong, and he would lose the quest. Thus, he decided to just lie on the ground and sleep. Anyway, the last time he fell asleep in the game, it felt no different from sleeping on a bed. His back was just a little sore. Lu Chen was really too tired. He lay on the ground and fell asleep instantly. It was 10 days in the morning. At this time, the number of people online was constantly increasing. A group of players who had played all night were still very lively. After the players went online, they were puzzled. Why hadn't the server merger ended yet? What's going on? Why is the 100 Beast Mountain still covered in fog? How are we going to level up like this? The servers aren't separated either? Fuck, the fog is coming to the Immortal Mountain. Did the officials not explain? Fuck, I went out for a trip and the durability of my equipment dropped. At noon, the Immortal Mountain was crowded with people. Everyone was trapped in the Immortal Mountain and didn't dare to go out. Normally, leveling in a guild would be done in small parties. However, the wild monsters outside had all mutated, and the players' attributes had been greatly reduced. Now, fighting a monster required twice the effort, and they might even have to use a few bottles of healing potions. It was fine to use potions for group activities, but if they used potions to level up during normal times, which guild would be able to bear it? The most fatal thing was that the equipment's durability was dropping. These equipment were easily worth a few thousand. Who would be willing to let their equipment depreciate like this? On the contrary, the players in the beginners area weren't affected. A group of noobs happily leveled up. For PM. Fog, no way, what's going on? How many hours has it been? The fog hasn't dispersed yet? The officials didn't even make an announcement? How are we going to play this game? Forget it. Let's go back and help the guild's second group in the Poison Fog Forest. 7 p.m. In the Immortal Mountain, the forums were already filled with complaints. The various streamers had already started streaming Dodiju. From time to time, the streamers would come online and find that the Immortal Mountain was covered in fog. They would quickly go offline. Oh my god, didn't they say that the server's quest was completed? What's going on? I'm going crazy. I have nothing to do for the whole day. The level advantage that I fought so hard for is about to be overtaken by the people behind me. Sigh, it's so boring. I've already asked the Heavenly Auction staff, but they couldn't give me an explanation. They only said that the game wouldn't go wrong and told us to wait patiently. Of course, there were also a few tycoons who weren't afraid of death. In order to maintain their level advantage, they changed to cheap equipment and forced themselves to level up. They didn't even know how many of their equipment were broken. 8 p.m. Lu Chen slowly woke up. When he opened his eyes, Lu Chen realized that he was still in the game. The seven-headed three idiots were standing guard beside him. After thinking for a while, he finally recalled what had happened. Damn, it's already 8 p.m.? I slept for 14 hours. Lu Chen sat up with difficulty. Damn, what a good sleep. Lu Chen patted his face. I'm just so hungry. Forget it. I'll kill the Azure Dragon first and go eat. Let's move around a bit and wake up. Lu Chen stood up and ran around casually, quickly getting back to his senses. In order to ensure that there wouldn't be any accidents, Lu Chen moved around for half an hour before deciding to do the quest. The steps to summoning the Azure Dragon were the same as the Black Flame Dragon Emperor. He placed the Aquafire Kirin and the Aquafire Tao Wu on the corresponding stone pillars. Green pure spiritual energy appeared in the surroundings and gathered to form a 10-meter-long giant. Damn, this is the Azure Dragon. It's even more powerful than I imagined. Lu Chen licked his lips. 4 divine beasts of water and fire, let's do it. The Azure Dragon was also a dual cultivator. The green flames that it spat out seemed to be even more terrifying. After being hit, there would be a continuous health loss debuff. Originally, Lu Chen was having a headache about how to defeat the Azure Dragon without Tao Wu's stun and Tao Tai's absorption of spiritual energy. However, the 4 divine beasts of water and fire gave him a huge surprise. The Water Kirin's water had healing effects. The Water Kirin's water had a freezing effect. The Fire Tao Wu and the Fire Kirin seemed to be very high. When the Azure Dragon hit them, the damage wasn't too high. With the Water Kirin's freezing and the Water Kirin's healing, They could hold on for a while. However, there were also drawbacks. The Azure Dragon's resistance to water and fire was very high. The 4 divine beasts' health loss was very slow. At this time, Lu Chen's poison actually played a role. He used the spider web to restrict the Azure Dragon, giving the water Kirin and the water Kirin time to cool down. At the same time, he used the 2 poisons to make up for the damage. This guy isn't difficult to defeat. The key is to spend more time. Lu Chen shouted. Don't panic. Just follow the current rhythm, and let's exhaust it to death. This battle lasted for 6 hours. After 6 hours, the Azure Dragon's huge body fell from the sky and dissipated into green spiritual threads. Lu Chen sat on the ground and let out a sigh of relief. Damn, it's finally dead. Don't ask. Choose the second reward. I want the cub. The green mist dispersed, and a small green snake shyly climbed onto Lu Chen's arm. Lu Chen smiled and let out a long sigh of relief. Little guy, I finally got you. Chapter 74. In Lu Chen's pet pen, there were a total of 10 mythical beast cubs. Although their real identities were scary, the 4 ancient ferocious beasts, the 4 mythical beasts of water and fire, the Black Flame Dragon Emperor, and the Azure Dragon. Now, all of them looked like kittens and puppies. Little Green saw Little Black next door, and looked like it wanted to fight. Little Black did not intend to bother with Little Green, and was sticking out its tongue at Little White next door. Little White was so scared that it shrank to the side. I've opened a zoo nursery. Lu Chen shook his head. He looked at the Azure Dragon's status just now. It was also a piece of trash with a combat power of 1. But it needed 500,000 pure spiritual energy and 500,000 psychic creatures' soul essence. Not to mention where he was going to get the soul essence. Just 500,000 pure spiritual energy was enough to frighten him. Moreover, Lu Chen wanted to raise 10 of them, and everyone needed at least 100,000 spiritual energy. Bottomless pit. Lu Chen sighed. No, why am I sleepy again? I'm hungry and sleepy. I should adjust my biological clock back. My body can't take it if I stay up all night. Not long after, Lu Chen was finally teleported out. After thinking about it, Lu Chen first returned to the Love Peak camp and called out the 7 heads and 3 idiots. The 10 of you will cultivate your spiritual energy in the camp during this period. I'll put the 10 little ones here. Each of you will be responsible for 1. The pure spiritual energy from cultivation will be fed to them. The 7 heads and 3 idiots stood in a line, and Lu Chen randomly distributed a cub to each of them. You little ones are good. Don't run around. People who run around won't get pure spiritual energy to eat. The monsters around the camp were close to level 20, and there was a protective formation. The current players would not be a threat here. Moreover, the spiritual energy in the territory was 2 times faster than outside, so the efficiency of cultivation here was also higher. After arranging these guys, Lu Chen put the healing medicine in his backpack into the army's warehouse. Okay, I might not be here during this period. You guys stay here and cultivate seriously. Don't leave the territory. I'll come and see you every day. After saying that, Lu Chen left the Love Peak territory and went offline when he reached an area not far away from the Celestial Mountain. He stayed up all night and was dispirited for 3 days. Lu Chen used the fact that he slept 18 hours a day to prove that this theory was not valid. At 7 o'clock the next morning, Lu Chen woke up early and was full of energy. Washing up, eating breakfast, and exercising in the neighborhood, life returned to its regular routine. Back at his residence, Lu Chen looked at a few buildings in the city center and decided on one of them. The 132 square meter 6-story elevator was a small high-rise, with an attic on the top floor and a balcony on the top floor. The total price was 44 million yuan. This is good. The attic can be used as a place for activities. With such a big balcony, we can let Louie grow some flowers and plants or raise a pet to dry her clothes. Perfect. There's still a month before the market opens. I can earn some money to buy the house and buy some furniture. After looking at the house for a while, Lu Chen logged into the game. With a flash of white light, Lu Chen entered the battle as soon as he logged in. Coincidentally, there was a phantom moon silver wolf beside him. Once it noticed Lu Chun, it pounced on him. The official reminder to not log off in the wild was right. However, with Lu Chun's stats, the level 11 wolf was nothing to be afraid of. Just as Lu Chun was about to attack, he suddenly heard a shout. "Hey, why are you logging on in the wild? Don't be afraid, we're here to help you." Lu Chun looked towards the source of the voice, and saw a small team of 3 running towards him. Right, he was now in human form, so they treated him as one of their own. The 3 of them did not have the same prefix. There were 2 girls and 1 guy. The 2 girls were called Blossoming Fragrance and Red High Heels, while the guy was called 10 Steps a Man. They were all level 10. The 3 of them rushed over and attacked the level 11 Phantom Moon Silver Wolf. The 3 of them managed to kill it while maintaining half of its health. Lu Chun did not attack at all. After all, if he attacked, the wolf would have died. Even if he turned off the poison effect, 200 plus damage was still frightening. The 3 of them were quite lucky. The wolf actually dropped a set of shoulder pads. "You all have shoulder pads, right? I'll go sell them later and we'll split the money." Red High Heels seemed to be the leader of the 3. The other 2 members had no objections to Red High Heels' words. After dealing with the equipment, Red High Heels walked in front of Lu Chun and looked at him strangely. His equipment was about the same as theirs. He had a mace, shoulder pads, a vest, 2 pieces of poison resistance equipment, a pair of gauntlets and leg guards, and a green spiderweb hat. This guy hid his ID, so they could not see his level. "Hey, why are you logging on here? It's dangerous for you to be here alone," Red High Heels said. Lu Chun blinked his eyes. "Okay, I'll be careful next time. Thank you guys." Speaking of which, Red High Heels looked a little familiar. Maybe all pretty girls looked alike. "You're so careless. If it weren't for us, you'd definitely be dead." Falling Flower Zhixiang was a girl less than 20 years old. She looked a little like Red High Heels, but her personality seemed to be more straightforward. "Xiao AI, that's enough. Don't say any more. He might have teamed up with his teammates." The man said. "Friend, which guild are you from?" "I don't have a guild." Lu Chun saw that the man's ID was a little strange and asked, "What's the meaning of your ID? I've heard of killing a person with every 10 steps. Isn't this a little too harsh on yourself?" As soon as Lu Chun finished speaking, Red High Heels could not help but laugh. His original intention was for others to kneel to him to show that he was strong. In the end, everyone who saw this ID said that he would kill a person with every 10 steps. The man scratched his head embarrassedly. "Don't mention it. It's a complete mistake. This Tianqing won't give me a name change card or a new account." Sigh. Lu Chun felt that these 3 people were quite interesting. "Which guild are you from?" "We're playing with a few friends," 10 Steps said. "A few friends? Then how did you get through the poison fog forest?" The man said straightforwardly. "Wasn't there fog all day yesterday? Those experts did not dare to go out of the city to level up, so they ran to the beginner village to bring people out. You only need to spend a little money to bring people out." Lu Chun frowned. "There was fog all day yesterday?" Right, he had activated the ultimate mythical beast quest before the poison fog forest closed, causing the forest to close later. There were actually people doing this kind of business? Then how much was it? Didn't you take a car here? The 3 people looked at Lu Chun strangely. This guy was alone without a guild, and his equipment was average. How did he get here? Lu Chun hurriedly said. "Oh, I just wanted to understand the market and see if I was scammed." "You shouldn't be scammed. The price is about the same, 1,000 for a seat. Normally, guilds can only bring 3 outsiders per trip." Lu Chun thought about it. The business was not bad, but it was not easy for him to do it alone. Although he could not die, he did not have the taunt skill, so he could not guarantee that others would come. Speaking of which, guilds leveled up to earn money. It seemed that he had found a way for them. "Oh, it's 1,000 for me too," Lu Chun said perfunctorily. "Right, friend, if you don't have a guild or a team, why don't you join our team? We can take care of each other." Lu Chun smiled. "No, I'm going to the Celestial Mountain now." "Celestial Mountain? We are out of potions. We can bring you along to avoid encountering monsters." 10 Steps seemed to want to pull Lu Chun into the team. Even if he did not join the team now, at least they could get to know each other. Lu Chen thought about it. They were weak, and it was rare to see him alone. They would definitely want him to join them. Jiutian had an interesting setting. Just like the real world, players could hide their strength from anyone. When attacking, they were allowed to adjust the percentage of their strength and lower their attributes. However, which normal person would hide their strength? Coincidentally, Lu Chen was not a normal person. Forming a team would help him hide his identity. Okay, let's go together then, Lu Chen said calmly. Chapter 75. Lu Chen joined the Red High Heels team, and the team headed towards the main city of the Celestial Mountain. As they got closer and closer to the Celestial Mountain, Lu Chen realized that there were many small groups of players leveling up around them. There are so many people, Lu Chen exclaimed. He had only taken a nap, and there were so many players all of a sudden. You call this a lot? Blossoming Jixiang was also very friendly. She said, "You didn't see the scene this morning." At that time, Tianqing hadn't separated the server yet. Good lord, there were people everywhere on the Celestial Mountain. It was even more crowded than the beginners area. Tianqing only separated the server this morning? Yeah, maybe the staff there didn't come to work until morning. Anyway, everyone was cooped up for an entire day. After the fog dissipated, they all rushed out to level up like crazy. So many people were pulling all-nighters. High Heels added. Sigh, they said they wouldn't pull all-nighters, but they pulled all-nighters last night. They still have to rehearse today. Why are the dark circles under their eyes? Before she could finish, High Heels suddenly realized that she had let it slip. There was an outsider here, so she quickly shut her mouth and did not continue. Lu Chen was a little surprised. Could it be that High Heels' job was in the entertainment industry? He thought she looked familiar, but he did not recognize her. Maybe she was a C-list celebrity. If he looked closely, he would realize that she was the type that was very good-looking. She was actually very delicate. Her eyebrows and facial features were just right, and her eyes were big and lively. Her figure was slightly fleshy and well-proportioned. Men could not help but drool when they saw her. With such looks, she was not famous. Was she a newbie? Or was it because she did not want to be taken advantage of? Lu Chen gossiped in his heart, but he tactfully did not ask. He pretended not to hear anything. However, Blossoming Jixiang was not very tactful. She continued, Sis, didn't the big boss say that there are already a few film and television companies that are discussing cooperation with Tianqing? With Jiutian technology, it's already better than any special effects company. In the future, Xianxia and ancient dramas might be shot directly in Jiutian. Yeah, this is definitely a trend. Now many celebrities are playing Jiutian to level up, 10 Steps added. Yes, I know that many management companies have signed contracts with professional guilds to help their artists level up. Some long-term contracts with top guilds are worth millions. 10 Steps shook his head and sighed. Sister Sticky doesn't like the dirty atmosphere in the entertainment industry. We've just established a company, so how can we take out millions at once? It's better for us to slowly level up with our own people. Lu Chen was stunned. Shooting a movie in the Jiutian. The hole in his brain was too big. Even celebrities are playing games. A single contract is worth millions. Well, Jiutian changed the world, and Jiutian is full of business opportunities were indeed not empty words. Alright, that's enough. The Red High Heels shook her head. What a bunch of pig-like teammates. The two of them had already revealed everything, including her own name. However, the new teammate was not bad and did not ask much. Favorability +1. Hey, why are you hiding your ID? High Heels took the initiative to strike up a conversation and change the topic. Lu Chen scratched his head. Me? I'm just playing around. High Heels was just asking casually, so she didn't think too much about it. Oh, they didn't encounter any monsters along the way. As they got closer to the Celestial Mountain, there were more and more players around them. When they reached the fork in the road leading out of the New Book District, Lu Chen happened to see about 30 people leading a group of new players out of the poison fog forest. At this rate, the Celestial Mountain would soon become the most crowded place in the game. The Celestial Mountain was actually a main city. It was backed by the Celestial Mountain and surrounded by walls, just like an ancient city. The main city of the Celestial Mountain covered a large area. There were a few tall buildings in the city that were particularly eye-catching. They could be seen even through the walls. The city gate was heavily guarded, and there was an endless stream of people, especially the two tall towers, which towered into the clouds. So this is the main city of the Celestial Mountain. Lu Chen's eyes widened as he felt the awe of the main city. Compared to his small territory, it was on a completely different level. When they arrived at the gate of the Celestial Mountain, Lu Chen saw a huge screen on the wall of the main city. 10 steps and the others also stopped. Damn, the ranking hasn't changed. He's the strongest among countless experts. Everyone has to look up to him when they enter the Celestial Mountain. I'm so envious. 10 steps raised his head with eyes full of worship. Even the unsmiling red high heels stood there, unable to hide the longing in her eyes. Lu Chen still didn't know what this thing was. He looked at the data on it. No. 122 Sengoku Main City's 2 towers ranking individual ranking in Celestial Execution Tower. Ranking will last for 24 hours. First place, Brother Friendship Wave, Celestial Execution Tower Level 4. 13 seconds reward. Daily reward Spirit Gathering Pill X3 second place. Lord of Hell Valley, Celestial Execution Tower Level 3. 2 minutes 48 seconds reward. Daily reward Spirit Gathering Pill X2 third place. Dragon Soaring Battle, Celestial Execution Tower Level 3. 2 minutes 6 seconds reward. Daily reward Spirit Gathering Pill, X1 Guild Ranking in Demon Subduing Tower. Ranking will last for 24 hours. First place, Unparalleled Friendship, Celestial Execution Tower Level 2. 2 minutes 13 seconds reward. Daily reward Spiritual Source Fragment X2 second place. Dragon Soaring Century, Celestial Execution Tower Level 2. 2 minutes 2 seconds reward. Daily reward Spiritual Source Fragment X1 third place. Cloud Top Sea Watching, Celestial Execution Tower Level 2. 1 minute 39 seconds. Reward Daily reward Class Entry Mantra Remnant Page X5. So this is the Celestial Mountain's 2 towers ranking? Lu Chen had also heard of it. It was said that all the strong players and guilds competed fiercely to get on this ranking. However, Lu Chen never thought that he would come to the Celestial Mountain, so he didn't pay much attention to it. But now, Lu Chen noticed that not only the 4 of them, but all the players passing by, especially the new players, would stand here and watch the legendary Celestial Mountain ranking with a feeling of incomparable worship. The strongest player among a million people, TSK, as expected of a professional player. It's said that the 2 towers not only test the player's attributes, but they also have high requirements for the player's skills. It's said that Brother Qing Jiatao was a professional Sanda athlete who later switched to esports. Whether it's his physical reaction or game reaction, they're all top-notch. Really? Then what's the point of the others playing? Tisk, those who can get on this ranking aren't ordinary people. Look at how close they're behind. Level, equipment, player reaction, and game operation, none of them aren't top-notch. This ranking often changes. Lu Chen frowned. In the past, he couldn't come to the Celestial Mountain because the level 50 guards were too terrifying. But now that he could enter the Celestial Mountain, did that mean that he could also challenge the 2 towers ranking? Looking at those rewards, they seem to be very tempting. Hey friend, we'll go into the city to buy some potions first. If you still want to go out to level up later, come find us. We'll meet you at the place where we met. 10 Steps said as he patted Lu Chen's shoulder. Seeing that Lu Chen was in a daze, 10 Steps laughed and said, "Stop looking. This ranking isn't something we can imagine. This ranking is 100% dominated by domestic professional teams." 10 Steps thought for a moment and added, "Unless you're that person." Lu Chen looked at 10 Steps strangely. "Who?" 10 Steps laughed. "Who else? Of course it's me, the only one." Chapter 76. Lu Chen was shocked. Did this guy recognize him? Who knew that 10 Steps one would laugh out loud? "Ha ha ha, look at you. You're not humorous at all. How can you be so arrogant?" Lu Chen heaved a sigh of relief. He was almost scared to death by this guy. That's right. How can I be arrogant? Look at my trashy equipment. He had especially emphasized his own equipment, which was something he had specially changed into. Okay, I'm leaving. Let's team up next time. Okay. Lu Chun heaved a sigh of relief after finally sending this lunatic away. He entered Sengoku's main city. Sengoku City had shops, players, and NPCs. The players interacted with each other, and some even talked to the NPCs patiently, trying to activate hidden quests. This made the place look even more lively, just like a real city. The few tall buildings he saw outside turned out to be the entry points for the 9 major professions. Players could tell which profession it was from the appearance of the NPCs at the entrance and the appearance of the buildings. On the building of the Spiritualist Profession Alliance, there was a dragon carved on one side and a demon on the other. It seemed to indicate that spiritualists could tame pets and catch demons with spiritual bodies. Wuxia Temple was a gathering place for the monk profession. There was a giant Buddha carved on the building. The Pharmacist Profession Alliance had strange herbs, and the Sword Spirit Cultivator was a sword, in addition to the 9 major professions. Players could also find life profession NPCs here to learn tailoring, blacksmithing, gathering, and other life skills. These life skills were currently the main way for players to earn money. Now that Lu Chun was a normal player, he could wander around as he pleased. He was not interested in choosing a profession. After all, he could learn all techniques as long as he had enough reputation. Choosing a profession might even restrict him from learning other techniques. He strolled around the pharmacy. Low-level healing potions, which Lu Chun had been using, cost 100 copper coins. Mid-level healing potions could recover 500 HP, but cost 1 silver coin. So expensive. No wonder people are using low-level healing potions now. Lu Chun could not afford such a price. Unknowingly, Lu Chun had arrived in front of the 2 tallest pagodas on the Celestial Mountain, the Immortal Execution Pagoda and the Demon Subduing Pagoda. The 2 towers towered into the clouds, standing next to each other. Lu Chun thought about it and walked towards the Immortal Execution Pagoda. Players who entered the Celestial Mountain main city for the first time had a chance to challenge the Twin Towers. If they wanted to challenge the Twin Towers again, they would have to spend a lot of money. It was Lu Chun's first time here, so he should have one chance to challenge each of them. Let's take a look at the difficulty of the individual challenge first. Just as Lu Chun walked towards the NPC, a large group of players charged at him from behind, knocking him aside. "Brat, look where you're going. A good dog doesn't block the way." Lu Chun frowned and looked up. There were 17 or 18 people, and all of their IDs started with Friendship. It was the #1 guild in the Twin Towers, the Friendship Guild. What are you looking at? Are you not convinced? Don't you know who is the king of the Immortal Mountain? Look at his trash equipment. He wants to challenge the Immortal Execution Tower? I'm guessing this guy won't last more than 10 seconds. Brat, you just came to the Celestial Mountain, right? Remember, go around when you see his Friendship. Our boss is about to challenge you. If you know what's good for you, scram. Lu Chun was about to speak when there was a commotion behind him. It's Friendship Wave, Hell Valley Master, and Dragon Soaring. They're here to challenge the Immortal Execution Tower again. Lu Chun turned around in surprise. Damn. There were at least 700 to 800 people behind him, and more people were rushing over. The 3 people in the lead were like stars surrounding the moon. They were the top 3 powerhouses of the Immortal Execution Tower. There was no doubt that these 3 experts would challenge the Immortal Execution Tower again. This would determine the direction of the 122nd Celestial Mountain leaderboard, and even the distribution of power. Therefore, it attracted the attention of the entire Celestial Mountain. These 3 people all had the best equipment. Exquisite Spider Silk Helmet, Avonhill's Protection, Broken Stone, Poison Mist Greaves Embracers, and Wolf Skin Shoulder Guards. In the absence of poison damage, high-level players would replace the Poison Mist Shoulder Guards with Wolf Skin Shoulder Guards. Damn, these should be the 3 strongest people in our main city. Nonsense. To be able to stay in the Immortal Execution Tower for so long. Not only are the characters strong, the players are even stronger. I wonder if anyone can pass the 4th floor this time. I heard that someone from another server passed the 4th floor. The 3 people didn't even look at Lu Chen and went straight to the NPC to request a challenge. Lu Chen shook his head. He was so distracted that he forgot to request a challenge. He also went to the NPC to request a challenge. Standing together with the 3 strongest, Lu Chen suddenly became the center of attention. Who's that guy? Did he just come to the main city? Damn, is there a mistake? That newbie is challenging with Brother Wave and the others? Even the 4th place Feng Yong isn't willing to challenge with them. That idiot isn't afraid of death? Look at his trashy equipment. The public chat showed the results of the challengers in all 4 rooms. He put himself together with the 3 strongest. Isn't he just a joke? I'm guessing that he was bullied by the people from Friendship. It's a bit embarrassing to run away like that. Look, he knows that he's going to lose face later, so he hid his ID. He ran away when he saw the 3 strongest challengers. It's one thing to lose face, but he's still stubbornly holding on. He's going to waste the chance to challenge the tower. He's going to lose face in District 122. I don't think he'll last more than 20 seconds. 20 seconds? You think too highly of him. He's just a newbie. Those professional players can't even pass the 1st floor with bad equipment, let alone him. I'm guessing 15 seconds at most. Alright, let's not waste our time on that clown. Let's see if the 3 strongest can set a new record today. The 3 strongest didn't even look at Lu Chen. They knew all the strong people in the city. This person clearly wasn't one of them, so he naturally wouldn't attract their attention. At this moment, someone squeezed out from the crowd. One kneeling in 10 steps was bringing blossoming fragrance and red high heels to watch the show. I can finally see the 3 strongest challengers with my own eyes. Why is there another person there? Brother Nameless. 10 steps was stunned. Why is he there? Red High Heels was also stunned. Why is that guy challenging with the 3 strongest challengers? Did he use his first free challenge opportunity, and he challenged with the 3 strongest challengers? Doesn't he know that the public chat will show their data at the same time? Although no one expected him to surpass the 3 strongest challengers. If the gap was too big, he would become a laughingstock. He just came to the Immortal Mountain. Maybe he didn't go to the official website to check the information. 10 steps slapped his thigh regretfully. Brother Nameless, you should have asked me if you wanted to challenge. Regardless of what the players said, the Immortal Execution Tower's preparation was complete. The 4 challengers entered the countdown at the same time. 5 seconds later, the 4 of them were teleported into the Immortal Execution Tower. Outside the main city of Immortal Mountain number 122, 4 names appeared on the public chat. Brother Friendship Wave, Nether Abyss Valley Master, Dragon Soaring War Sky. Anonymous Player. The 3 strongest challengers were challenging again at the same time. Such an exciting event caused many players to stop in their tracks. After the 3 seconds of preparation time ended, the stopwatch behind each name started to run quickly. Chapter 77. Not long after, the battle between the 3 strongest players was displayed on the public chat. Of course, the players' consent was required to reveal their battle techniques, and the last anonymous player did not reveal his battle footage. Wow, watch the battle. You can learn the techniques of the 3 strongest players. You won't be able to learn it even if you watch it. What's important is your reaction. Don't talk, don't disturb me watching the video. The battle footage of the 3 strongest players took up most of the public chat, and the anonymous player's data was pushed to the corner. Of course, no one was paying attention to that guy. There was no first place in literature, and no second place in martial arts. Most of the players were watching Brother Tao, the champion of the Celestial Execution Tower. Some streamers even focused on Brother Tao. The Celestial Execution Tower was very spacious. After the timer started, a large number of level 10 Darkmoon Silver Wolves spawned from the surroundings. Brother Tao held a rock in his hand and moved quickly to avoid being surrounded by the wolves. At the same time, he led the wolves in a circle. That movement, TSK, he managed to escape from so many monsters. So strong. He can still maintain such a calm state of mind and judgment in the face of so many wolves. He's really strong. No wonder he's the strongest player. Brother Tao's figure moved quickly among the wolves, but there were too many of them. Fortunately, he had Evan Hill's protection, which slowed down the opponent's movement speed after being attacked, giving him a chance to escape. Looking at the other two rankers, they were just as skillful. However, Soaring Dragon seemed to have been hit more often than the others. Currently, he was moving around while healing himself with a medium HP potion. 5 seconds, 10 seconds. The wolves behind the three players were getting scarier. No one doubted that a single mistake could lead to the failure of the challenge. That newbie lasted more than 10 seconds? Someone suddenly said. 10 seconds isn't too difficult. I think he's reaching his limit. He'll die in 15 seconds at most. 15 seconds. No one knew where the person who had spoken just now had gone. Damn. That guy lasted more than 15 seconds. His technique isn't too bad. 10 Steps looked at Blossoming Fragrance, and the two were also surprised. Nameless Bro not bad. He lasted more than 15 seconds. It's quite good to have such a result in his first challenge. I didn't expect that guy to be so dumb. He's quite skilled. If he's willing, we can team up with him for a long time. 30 seconds. Fuck, it's been 30 seconds. This guy. 10 Steps' eyes widened. If I were to challenge him now, it would take me at most 40 to 50 seconds. Not bad. It's good enough that you can last for 40 to 50 seconds. That guy has some skills. Cistern One said something fair. 2 minutes later. For some reason, more and more people were staring at the words in the corner of the screen more intently than watching the video. Impossible. Why didn't that newbie release the video? How can he last more than 2 minutes? It's his first attempt at the tower, and he can actually last more than 2 minutes. There are less than 10,000 people in the entire server. That guy must have studied the Immortal Execution Pagoda. We were all fooled by him. What's the use of studying it? You have to rely on actual combat. I think that guy must have found some bug. 3 minutes were up. The three powerhouses simultaneously chose to enter the next level. Under normal circumstances, the 4 rooms of the Immortal Execution Tower were synchronized. After entering the next floor, they would immediately enter the preparation phase. However, this time, the 3 powerhouses were not hit by the countdown. The 3 of them looked around curiously, not understanding what was going on. What's going on? At this moment, everyone was surprised to find that the 4th challenger, the anonymous player, was still on the 1st floor. Anonymous player time, 1st floor, 3 minutes 11 seconds. Damn, what's going on? That guy lasted more than 3 minutes? Why is he still on the 1st floor? I told you that he was stuck in a bug. You have already stayed on the 1st floor of the Immortal Execution Tower for more than 3 minutes and 8 seconds. Please enter the next floor. You have already stayed on the 1st floor of the Immortal Execution Tower for more than 3 minutes and 11 seconds. Please enter the next floor. On the 1st floor of the Immortal Execution Tower, Lu Chun was farming monsters. To be precise, he was farming money. He originally didn't want to kill these level 10 ghost wolves. These level 10 ghost moon silver wolves couldn't break through his defense. But at the same time, there were no benefits for low-level monsters. However, Lu Chun thought that this was the Immortal Execution Tower, and that there might be other things that would drop. In the end, he found that the Ghost Moon Silver Wolves actually dropped copper coins. 1 for 100 copper coins. For the penniless Lu Chun, this was a rare opportunity to earn money. In 4 minutes, he had earned more than 13,000 copper coins, which was about 13 silver coins. You have already stayed on the 1st floor of the Immortal Execution Tower for more than 4 minutes. Please enter the next floor. Otherwise, you will be disqualified from entering the next floor. Towards this player who was stubbornly staying on the 1st floor, the system finally flipped out and threatened Lu Chun to enter the next floor. Damn, can't you let me farm for a while longer? Lu Chun had no choice but to enter the 2nd floor. The monsters on the 2nd floor were level 11 Ghost Moon Silver Wolves. Lu Chun tried to kill one, and it actually dropped 200 copper coins. Damn, let's farm. 3 minutes later, The three experts entered the third floor. After all, the longer they stayed on the second floor, the more dangerous it would be. Lu Chen continued to farm until the system's patience limit. For minutes. Haha, almost 40 silver coins. Lu Chen looked at the game currency in his backpack and was filled with enthusiasm. He was happily farming, but inside and outside the immortal mountain, there was an uproar. Is there a mistake? That guy is on the third floor. Who is he? There was a bug on the first floor. Could there be a bug on the second floor too? It's unlikely that there's a bug. Think about it. There are only 4 rooms on the first floor of the Immortal Execution Tower. There are billions of players in the world. It could be said that there are players on every floor. How could there be a bug? If there's no bug, how did he survive until now? I saw his equipment just now. To be honest, it can only be considered below average. Isn't he a newbie? How did he do it? 10 steps. Hualuo and high heels were petrified. After a long time, Hualuo tugged at 10 steps' sleeve. Hey, do you think we saw wrongly just now? Was it really the guy who teamed up with us? Nonsense, of course it's him. But he's too strong. Alright, that guy might be an athlete in real life. Otherwise, with his equipment, there's no way he could have passed the second floor. On the third floor, there were more 3-petal flower demons. Their movement speed was not as fast as the ghost moon silver wolves. However, this was one of the biggest difficulties of this floor. Think about it. When the third floor was filled with monsters, if they were all ghost moon silver wolves with the same movement speed, then the players could run circles with them. But with the addition of the 3-petal flower demons, the players' range of movement was narrowed. One careless mistake, and they would be surrounded and killed. It wasn't an exaggeration to say that this floor was in front of the majority of the world's experts. Among the 3 great powerhouses, only Brother Qing Yitao had passed through this level by sheer luck once. As they spoke, the third floor's competition began. 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes. At 2 minutes and 33 seconds, Dragon Soaring War Sky made a small mistake. His path was blocked by 2 3-petal flower demons, and he was swallowed by the wolf pack behind him. But this time, his time was better than his best by a dozen seconds. It was an improvement. At 2 minutes and 34 seconds, Nether Abyss Valley Lord made a mistake and was eliminated. This time it was worse than his best time. When he came out, Nether Abyss Valley Lord was in a bad mood. The 2 experts didn't leave immediately, but continued to observe Brother Sentimental Wave's situation. Brother Sentimental Wave's movements were very precise. Every time he calculated his escape route, he was surrounded by danger several times. When the 3 minutes were up, Brother Sentimental Wave clicked on the next floor and successfully passed the 4th floor. This guy is too steady. Nether Abyss Valley Lord shook his head and sighed. His tone was bitter and bitter. The system malfunctioned and gave him more time to recover. He might set a new record. Under normal circumstances, someone would agree with him, but Nether Abyss Valley Lord waited for a long time, and no one said anything. Nether Abyss Valley Lord turned around and was shocked to find that everyone was motionless. Their eyes seemed to be focused in one direction, at the bottom right corner of the screen. After a long time, someone finally exploded. The 4th floor. The 4th floor. How many people have dreamed of it? Damn it. Can someone tell me what this guy is doing? Why isn't he going to the 4th floor? Chapter 78. Lu Chen flew into the air. A monster dropped 300 coppers. He didn't have this kind of treatment outside. In 4 minutes, he had earned almost 40 silver coins. He wouldn't leave this kind of good place until the last second. Damn, the players are so lucky. I'm so jealous. Lu Chen was indignant. If someone outside heard this, they would probably vomit blood and die. Who would farm monsters in the Immortal Execution Tower? They didn't even have time to run, so why would they farm? Their brains must be damaged. You have stayed on the 3rd floor for more than 4 minutes. Please enter the next floor, or you will be disqualified. Lu Chen was threatened by the system again. Lu Chen had no choice but to enter the 4th floor. Dark moon silver wolves and 3-petal flower demons filled the room. Brother Qing Tao's level was very high, at level 12. But facing so many high-level monsters, it was impossible to escape. The only way was to hide in a corner, use the walls to reduce the number of monsters surrounding him, and rely on intermediate healing potions to endure. 38 seconds. Brother Qing Tao created a miracle this time. He endured for half a minute. After 18 seconds, Brother Friendship Wave finally couldn't withstand the wild monster's attacks, and died in 48 seconds. After a flash of white light, Brother Qing Tao stood outside the immortal execution tower. He looked up at the tall building with his hands behind his back and sighed. It's really difficult. Brother Qing Tao gave his subordinates the perfect opportunity to flatter him. At this time someone should say, Brother Qing Tao, you are already very strong. No wonder you are the #1 expert. Hell Abyss Valley Lord, Soaring Dragon War Sky, would throw a few sarcastic words at him, which made him feel great. However, there was only silence behind Brother Qing Tao. He turned around and found his main opponents, Hell Valley Lord and Dragon Soaring War Sky, staring at the screen with their mouths wide open in shock. Not only them, but the players behind him didn't dare to make a sound. Of course, his score had increased by a large margin. It was only natural for them to have such an expression. Brother Qing Tao slightly raised his head and wanted to look at his score again. But suddenly, he found that the screen had shrunk to a small size. There was only a string of data on the screen. Challenger, anonymous player. Result, level 4 102. What was even more frightening was that the results were still being refreshed, and the stopwatch was ticking rapidly. There are still people inside? Brother Tao asked in surprise. Boss, there's still one more person inside. Ha ha ha, 400 for one monster. Awesome. Lu Chen was chasing after the monsters in the room. As long as these monsters were poisoned, they would be dead for sure. Each one cost 400 copper coins. Was there any place in the world that could earn money faster than here? Perhaps, but right now, Lu Chen's eyes had turned red. 3 minutes. Lu Chen completely ignored the system's warnings. Only at the last minute, when the last warning appeared, did Lu Chen enter the 5th floor. 63 silver coins again. Now I have 150 silver coins. A gentle breeze blew past. At the gate of the main city, the hair of the several thousand players gently swayed. However, their bodies didn't move at all. Everyone maintained the same posture and looked up at the big screen. Heavens, the 5th floor. He's the first person in the entire server to reach the 5th floor. Who the hell is he? I really want to see how he fights. Why aren't they showing the battle footage? He can't be that guy, right? Impossible. I heard from the people inside that he's a new face. I think he's a newcomer from the Poison Fog Forest. It's his first time challenging the Celestial Execution Tower. Ha! A newcomer? Another super expert? In front of the Celestial Execution Tower, 10 steps flowers fell. High Heels had already forgotten where she was. Nameless bro, he's too strong. Oh my god, how did this guy do it? High Heels suddenly recalled that when they first met him, they were worried that he would be killed by a level 11 Dark Moon Silver Wolf. Are we showing off in front of an expert? He's so skilled. How could he be killed by a wolf? At this moment, the popularity of a small streamer's live stream suddenly skyrocketed. Damn, look, someone entered the 5th floor. Really? Why aren't they showing the battle footage? From Area 122? Is he from Friendship? At this moment, a conspicuous ID suddenly sent a message. Solipsistic. Not bad. Damn, it's Mad God? His ID is really Mad God. Mad God is in Lil Ming's livestream. Mad God, why don't you challenge the Celestial Execution Tower? You must be above the 5th floor. It's a living Mad God. Lil Ming's livestream is going to go viral. Solipsistic left the livestream. This scene came and went quickly. Mad God only left behind a sentence before disappearing. On the 5th floor of the Celestial Execution Tower, Lu Chun logged out of the official website. Just now, he suddenly realized that he had broken through too many levels. It was inevitable that people would think that he was solipsistic. It was more or less inconvenient for people to know his identity. Anyway, these monsters couldn't hurt him. So, he purposely left the livestream and set up a smoke bomb. Sigh. I can't break through too many floors. If I can't, I'll just have to wait for someone to surpass me in the future. Thinking of this, Lu Chen looked at the copper coins in front of him with heartache. No, it was the scary wolves and flower demons. I've earned 200 silver coins. It's time to go. Exit the Celestial Execution Tower. A white light flashed, and Lu Chen was teleported out of the Celestial Execution Tower with the white light. As soon as he came out of the Celestial Execution Tower, Lu Chen was shocked by the scene in front of him. 700 to 800 people, and 1,500 eyes stared at him in horror, as if they could see through his body. Nameless brother, nameless brother. 10 steps. One tried to squeeze out of the crowd, and ran to Lu Chen. You broke through to the 5th floor. It's incredible. Lu Chen's heart was heavy. After all, it was really painful to not be able to fight with so many copper coins. However, this kind of expression was not suitable to appear at this time and place. Oh really? Lu Chen's face showed a surprised expression. Ha ha ha. I can't believe that I broke through to the 5th floor. Nameless brother, how did you do it? Please teach me, please. Just keep running, keep running. At this moment a roar startled Lu Chen. Impossible. I don't believe that your movement is better than mine. Brother Tao's face was full of anger. Your equipment is so trashy. This is your first time in the tower. How did you pass the 4th floor? Did you find some kind of bug? Who are you? Brother Tao was extremely angry. He had worked so hard for so long. But the throne of the #1 expert was snatched away by a newcomer. This feeling was simply indescribable. The dozens of friendship experts opposite him glared at Lu Chen. This guy stole the honor, reputation, and rewards that should have belonged to them. Lu Chen was still very polite to 10 steps 1 or most players. However, Lu Chen did not have a good impression of the friendship people. Facing the dozens of angry and hostile gazes, Lu Chen coldly snorted and walked towards the friendship people step by step. I have no obligation to answer your question, but I can tell you one thing. Lu Chen only stopped when he was half a meter in front of Brother Tao. Facing dozens of super experts by himself, Lu Chen said in a low voice, I heard that this is your territory. Sorry, but from today onwards this place is not. Remember this in the future. If you see me, nameless brother, get lost. Chapter 79. The dozens of friendship players, including friendship brother Tao, did not dare to say anything in the face of Lu Chen's arrogant attitude. As for this newcomer, no one knew his background. His undisguised confidence made people feel even more uncertain. What if he really passed the Celestial Execution Tower with his own abilities? Then wouldn't such a person be terrifying? In front of the Celestial Execution Tower, it was so quiet that one could hear a pin drop. At this time, 10 steps 1 kneeling a man looked at Lu Chen's back and was shocked beyond compare. This guy had single-handedly stunned the entire friendship team. Was this the same guy they met on the road, who didn't like to talk, and was no different from other players? Nameless brother? Friendship brother Tao subconsciously took a step back. That guy gave off an oppressive feeling that made it hard for him to breathe. Your solipsistic brother? He was probably the only person in the entire country who could be so arrogant. Lu Chen coldly snorted. I already said that I have no obligation to answer your question. This is just a warning. Please take good care of your subordinates. If I see them biting people again, wait in the wild to collect their corpses. The faces of the friendship players turned pale. Under everyone's gaze, Lu Chen calmly turned around after teaching the friendship players a lesson. The surrounding crowd was in an uproar. Isn't he too arrogant? The friendship players don't even dare to fart? Is he really strong, or is he just pretending? To be able to pass the 5th floor, he shouldn't be weak. Also, did you feel his aura? Even friendship brother Tao isn't on the same level as him. This shouldn't be something that can be faked. Is this guy really solipsistic brother? I don't think anyone other than solipsistic brother can be this arrogant. Let's go online and ask later. The show between the newbie and the 3 strongest players had ended. Amidst the discussions, the crowd was preparing to leave. At this moment, Lu Chen walked to the front of the demon subduing tower in OC. Fuck, it can't be. That guy is going to challenge the demon subduing tower? Lu Chen walked to the side of the demon subduing tower. After conversing with the NPC, he understood the rules of the Demon Subduing Tower. The Demon Subduing Tower was a guild dungeon. To enter the Demon Subduing Tower, one had to be from a guild. As for the last few players to enter the tower, there was no rule. Lu Chen frowned slightly. Join a random guild? That was impossible. He had entered the Devil Subduing Tower for the rewards. Actually, the spiritual source shards were what Lu Chen needed the most. Ren Yifeng's spiritual source could provide 1.2 times the spiritual power cultivation speed. If he could upgrade his spiritual source, then he could increase his spiritual power even more. For Lu Chen, who had raised a zoo of mythological beasts, this was really important. Since he had joined another guild, it was obvious that the fragment would not be given to him. However, in order to establish a guild, at least 4 signatures were required. Lu Yi was also convinced, but Lu Chen didn't want to call her sister. She was employed by Long Tongue. This silly girl had sacrificed a lot for her career, so it was best not to disturb her. Then there's no one else. Lu Chen shook his head. Just as he was about to put this matter aside for the time being, he suddenly saw someone. One kneeling in 10 steps. This guy was currently staring at him with his eyes wide open. His eyes were filled with worship, and he didn't know what had happened. 10 steps, can you come over? 10 steps jogged over to Lu Chen. Nameless bro, what's the matter? I'm planning to establish a guild, mainly to receive the rewards. Can you and your friend sign for me? 10 steps thought for a moment and asked Lu Chen to wait for a moment. He then went to the crowd and pulled Flowering Jixiang and the red high heels over. Sister Sticky, what do you think? The red high heels now looked at Lu Chen with a different gaze. In the past he was just a passerby, but now no one could ignore this guy. Establishing a guild is not a problem, but we're not very strong, and we don't know how to manage a guild. The feeling of a heroine from before suddenly became humble. Lu Chen smiled. It's fine. I just want the name of a guild. I don't plan to develop it. It's just for the Devil Subduing Tower. In the future, if you want to join another guild, you can leave at any time. Flowering Jixiang hurriedly asked. You're really going to challenge the Devil Subduing Tower? Lu Chen smiled and nodded. But we can't beat it. Lu Chen smiled. I'll go in alone. You guys can help me establish the guild. Lu Chen thought for a moment. He was not familiar with these 3 people, so they could not help him for free. He then said, You guys are in my guild. If anyone bullies you, I'll help you. Also, if there's a chance, I'll see if I can help you guys get a few pieces of equipment as compensation. The 3 of them looked at each other. In the end, the red high heels said, We don't want any rewards or compensation. It's just a small matter. It had to be said that the red high heels' decision made Lu Chen look at them in a higher light. Thank you then. The guild registration office was next to the Devil Subduing Tower. To establish a guild, one needed to pay 50 silver coins, and the signatures of 4 players. For players in the middle and late stages of the game, this price was equivalent to free money. However, for players who did not have much income at the moment, they needed professionals to learn life skills and collect materials to earn money. Aya, we don't have that many silver coins. 10 Steps was still worried about the funds to establish the guild. On the other hand, Lu Chen paid the fees directly. Fuck brother Nameless, where did you get the silver coins? Lu Chen smiled and said directly, Sign it. The guild signature option appeared on the 4 people's personal interface at the same time. The 4 of them confirmed their signatures. As the operator, Lu Chen also needed to fill in the name of the guild. Coming up with a name was the most troublesome thing. Anyway, it was just a formality. Lu Chen just chose one at random. Unlike the fancy guild names in other games, there were a lot of large-scale team battles in Jiutian. Due to the influence of the large number of professional teams, many players used the same prefix when entering the server. In order to prevent the name from being too long, they would not be able to see the team battle clearly. Therefore, in Jiutian, 2-word and 3-word guild names were the mainstream. Lu Chen randomly chose Mad Waves. It's okay. Lu Chen was too lazy to change it. At the same time, the other 3 also completed their signatures. The Protection Guild was officially established. Among the guild members, there were currently only 4 people. He was anonymous and was the leader. There were 3 other members. Lu Chen casually promoted High Heels to the position of deputy leader. Floral and 10 Steps were promoted to officials. 10 Steps was playing with his own ID. Nameless brother, this name is so cool. The ID above his head showed the prefix Mad Wolves for a while, and then not. He was having a lot of fun. Lu Chen shook his head. This guy's name 10 Steps Down 1 was not without reason. His IQ was often not online. Okay, thank you guys. I'll go challenge the demon subduing tower then. After saying that, Lu Chen turned to leave. You really don't need our help? High Heels said a little embarrassedly. I mean, although we're a little weak, maybe we can help you share some of the damage. No thank you. Lu Chen smiled slightly. After saying that, he walked toward the demon subduing tower NPC. What made Lu Chen feel strange was that in front of the Celestial Mountain and Twin Towers, not only did the number of people not decrease, but there were even more. These people were not leveling up, but were all staring at him to establish a guild. What was the meaning of this? Lu Chen did not care about these idle people. He walked straight to the demon subduing tower NPC. Conversation. Enter the demon subduing tower. In the crowd, a streamer was excitedly interacting with his fans. Did you see that? It's him. I came here especially for you guys to see. He entered the demon subduing tower. He entered the demon subduing tower alone. He's alone? The streamer finally reacted. Fuck, he's crazy. He entered the demon subduing tower alone. Chapter 80. Guild, Frenzy Guild Result. Level 1, 011. The ticking numbers on the stopwatch seemed to hit everyone's nerves again and again. Impossible, there's a boss in the demon subduing tower. That's a guild boss. There's no way he can pass the first level. Brother Tao seemed to be talking to himself. This is a meaningless battle. However, the surrounding crowd kept staring at the big screen. Little Ming's livestream went from being in the hundreds to being in the top 10 of the official website. That guy went through the demon subduing tower alone. He's crazy. Those who came later stopped talking. This guy just passed the 4th level of the celestial slaying tower, and Mad God said he's not bad. Mad God? Which Mad God? Which Mad God? The craziest one in the entire server. When this guy was going through the celestial slaying tower, Mad God himself came to Little Ming's livestream. Time ticked by. The people could not see the screen, but the more they could not see, the more nervous they became. 3 minutes later, Nameless entered the 2nd level. Damn, he passed the 1st level? That's a boss that's even harder to deal with than Evans Hill. There's no blind spot. There's no way he can escape. How did he survive 3 minutes? Unbelievable. This is unbelievable. This guy's mechanics are too good. Damn, is that guy even human? Brother Tao looked at the message on the screen and was speechless for a long time. This guy, maybe he really has the ability to fight them. 3 minutes later, Nameless entered the 3rd level of the demon subduing tower. In the entire server, there were only a handful of guilds that could enter the 3rd level. But he actually passed the 2nd level by himself. Hua Xiang pulled Sister Nguyen tightly and said, Sister, he. High Heels nodded and continued. He's unimaginably strong. Kneeling down in 10 steps looked at the tall demon subduing tower. His chest rose and fell, and he felt his blood boiling. I can't believe I'm brothers with such an expert, and I'm in the same guild as him. 3 minutes later, Lu Chen stepped into the 3rd level of the demon subduing tower. The guy in front of him was a level 30 boss. Lu Chen could kill it, but he would not be able to do it in 3 minutes. The results for the 3rd level should be about right. In any case, as long as I'm in 1st place, I'll be able to receive the reward. There's no need to go through so many levels. Lu Chen trapped the boss there. After some thought, he decided to hold on for 2 minutes before leaving the demon subduing tower. With a flash of white light, Lu Chen appeared beside the demon subduing tower NPC. Now that Lu Chen had taken 1st place twice, the quest was complete. It was time for him to level up. Brother Nameless. High Heels called out to Lu Chen. Aren't you going to take a look at the guild encampment? Lu Chen smiled. I'm not going. I don't really plan on starting a guild. I don't have the energy. A hint of disappointment flashed across High Heel's eyes, but it disappeared in an instant. Oh then, will you come and level with us in the future? Lu Chen thought for a moment and said, if fate wills it, I will. With that, Lu Chen walked towards the crowd, and the crowd spontaneously opened up a path for Nameless. When Lu Chen left the Celestial Mountain Twin Towers, the entire main city was in an uproar. Look, the rankings have changed. The first place in the Celestial Execution Tower is now an anonymous player. Level 5, 2 minutes 19 seconds. The first place in the Demon Subduing Tower is Mad Waves Guild. Level 3, 2 minutes 4 seconds. Which guild is Mad Waves? Is it stronger than Friendship? Don't you know? Mad Waves is a guild that Nameless temporarily created. This result is the result of him soloing the Demon Subduing Tower. Impossible. He can't even pass the first level alone. Even if you ask Solipsistic to come, he can't pass 2 levels. Who is Nameless? Is he stronger than Mad God? Sorry, he really is stronger than Mad God. The number 1 anonymous player in the Celestial Execution Tower is Nameless. He passed level 5 with trash equipment. Tenso Kneeling One looked at the people around him talking about Nameless and Mad Waves Guild. Then he looked at the top of his head. In front of his ID, the 2 golden guild prefixes suddenly became incomparably bright. I am now an official of the strongest guild. Sister Nguyen, you are now the vice president of the strongest guild. Sister Nguyen was still a little stunned. That guy was too mysterious. The most important thing was that even though he had done such a crazy thing, he still gave people a feeling of being low-key, as if he hadn't done his best. The back view of this not-so-handsome man calmly leaving, at this moment, seemed to be engraved in her mind. Yeah, we actually became members of the strongest guild, and there are only 3 of us. It feels so unreal. Hua Xiang rolled her big eyes and suddenly said, Sister Nguyen, actually, this is an opportunity for us. Tenso Kneeling One asked curiously, what opportunity? You're not thinking of using this guild to cause trouble, right? This guild doesn't belong to us. We can't play tricks behind our backs. Hua Xiang impatiently interrupted Tenso Kneeling One. You're too easily swayed. You're so loyal to the president so quickly. This has nothing to do with being loyal. This is the principle of being a person. Tenso Kneeling One said stubbornly. Sister Nguyen won't agree. I didn't say we were going to play tricks. Hua Xiang said anxiously. Listen to me first. The president said that he won't take care of the guild. The guild's meaning to him is to fight the Demon Subduing Tower, right? Tenso Kneeling One nodded in agreement. That's right. If he doesn't take care of it, we can take care of it. Hua Xiang said. Think about it. Our guild's name is now on the big screen. How many people can see it when they come to the Immortal Mountain? They also want to join a strong guild. It's not like only professional players are the strongest in the country. There are also many strong civilian players. It's just that they don't have a professional organization. We can recruit these outstanding players, level up together, do missions together, and grow stronger. Tenso Kneeling One still had some doubts. Is this suitable? Hua Xiang said with disappointment. What's not suitable? We're not harming anyone's interests. Why don't you help Sister Nguyen find a professional guild? A contract isn't expensive. The cheapest one is 500,000. Hearing this price, Tenso Kneeling One could only stick out his tongue. Our mission is to help Sister Nguyen level up. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for us. Hua Xiang continued to encourage. Sister Nguyen, what do you think? Red High Heels also couldn't make up her mind. Hua Xiang's suggestion was very good. One had to know that even if other people in the same industry found professional team leaders, they couldn't become managers. However, they were different now. She was the vice president. When the president wasn't around, she had almost all of the president's power. Not only could she find more teammates, but she could also experience the game more deeply. This was very important for her future development. However, this guild wasn't hers after all. Little E, go and ask Brother Nameless. Ask him if he can do it. Tenso Kneeling One nodded and chased after Lu Chen. Chapter 81. 10 steps sprinted all the way, and finally caught up with Lu Chen, who was already out of the city. After explaining their intentions, Lu Chun was slightly surprised. For such a small matter, they actually came to ask for his opinion. These three were really making a big deal out of nothing. If you guys are willing to take care of it, I have no objections. Nameless bro, you're still the guild leader anyway. If you come and see us and feel that we're not doing well, we can change it at any time. Lu Chun smiled. Okay, I got it. Before Lu Chun left, 10 Steps wanted to say something but stopped. He really wanted to ask if Nameless Bro was mad god, but in the end, he didn't ask the question. Since Nameless Bro hit his ID, whether he was solipsistic or not, he must have his reasons. If Nameless Bro really treated him as a friend one day, he would definitely tell him. But now they were just strangers who met by chance at most. I better tell this news to Sister Sticky. Lu Chun found a deserted place and directly returned to the city. His return point was different from the other players. His destination was Ren Afeng. As soon as he returned to the territory, Lu Chun saw 7-headed and 3 dumb cultivating pure spiritual energy to feed the 10 beasts. Lu Chun picked up Little White and checked its feeding progress. After nearly 10 hours, the little guy only ate 700 pure spiritual energy, which was a long way from 100,000 pure spiritual energy. Little Green and Little Black were even further away from growth. I wonder how much pure spiritual energy the spirit gathering pill rewarded by the Celestial Execution Tower can provide. And there's also the spirit source fragment. I need to level up my spirit source as soon as possible. However, these things couldn't be done overnight. Right now, Lu Chun was still preparing to level up and get some equipment. There was still a month before the opening of the new building. He needed to earn more money. 7-headed 3 dumb, stop cultivating. You haven't leveled up for a few days. Let's go and level up. I'll also level up these little guys to 10 while I'm at it. On a small mountain among the millions of mountains behind the Celestial Mountain main city, High Heels, 10 Steps, and Floral Fragrance were familiarizing themselves with their guild territory. We actually have our own territory. The environment here is so good. Great hall, warehouse, spiritual source, meeting room, martial arts arena. Oh my god, Sister Nua. This place is so much more realistic than the film base. I can use this place as a backdrop. The High Heels were also amazed by the realism of the Jiutian. Right at this moment, a voice came from outside the door. Excuse me, is the Wild Waves here? The 3 of them looked at each other in dismay. They had just arrived, so why were there already visitors? Are they NPCs? Let's go take a look. When he arrived at the entrance of the guild, there were 2 men around the age of 32 or 33 standing there. One was called Acting Chic, and the other was called Acting Handsome. Just by looking at their IDs, one could tell that they were from the same party. Even their levels were the same, level 11. Their equipment was in tatters, and they had no idea how they managed to clear the poison fog forest. You are? Hua Xiang looked at the 2 of them strangely. The 2 of them smiled politely at Hua Xiang and said handsomely, "Hello, is this the Wild Waves Guild?" "Yeah." Hua Xiang frowned. "Are they here to challenge us?" she asked cautiously. "Why are you here?" Hua Xiang's unnatural expression was seen by both handsomely and handsomely. Sheik smiled slightly. "Oh, it's like this. We arrived at the Celestial Mountain 2 days ago, and have been looking for a suitable guild. However, we have high standards and have never taken a fancy to other guilds." Handsome and handsomely smiled at each other. That kind of smile was filled with confidence and tacit understanding. "See, we just saw Nameless clearing the stage, and we really want to have a match with Nameless. If Nameless can beat us without a gap in equipment, we are willing to join your guild." Sure enough, they were here to challenge them. 10 Steps stood manly in front of Hua Xiang and said bluntly, "You guys are too good at bragging. There are so many guilds here, and you don't even take a fancy to them? Why do you have to take advantage of Nameless' absence to challenge us? Are you guys interested?" Handsome frowned. "Won't Nameless come back? Don't misunderstand. If he's not here, we won't make things difficult for you." At this time, the Red High Heels walked out. She was the vice leader and couldn't hide in the back. "His whereabouts are uncertain. We don't know when he'll come back, or if he'll even come here." A trace of disappointment flashed through his handsome eyes. For a moment, he didn't know where to go back. Then can we add each other as friends? If he comes back, send us a message. Sorry, we don't add strangers as friends. Due to her profession, the red high heels wouldn't easily add strangers as friends. Handsome looked even more disappointed. The two discussed at the door for a while before Handsome walked over. I'm sorry, is this okay? We'll join the guild. But if Nameless comes back and he loses to us, we'll leave the guild. 10 Steps was getting impatient and said fiercely, Why are you two so troublesome? Do you think we'll accept just because you want to? You're looking down on our guild too much. What right do you have to look down on other guilds? Friendship, Soaring Dragon, Hell Valley, go ahead and add them if you can. Look down on them? I think they're looking down on you guys. The two had good tempers, being scolded by 10 Steps, but they didn't get angry. Friend, we can understand if you think that way, but we really don't like their methods. High Heels seemed to see that the two were different. Their words were arrogant and conceited, but their actions were very humble. Some people were only half-baked, but one could not rule out the possibility that there were people with real talent and knowledge. Excuse me for asking, but are you two professional gamers? Handsome's face still had a peaceful smile. Not anymore. Not anymore. Then you were professional gamers before? Ingjun sighed and said, To be precise, we used to be professional players. We were esports players before. But later, although we didn't pass our peak, the esports game as a whole did. You used to play esports? Which game? League of Legends. What League of Legends? The most popular esports game before. Which team are you from? I'm Thunder God from Wings. I'm Wind Whisper from Wings. 10 Steps was shocked speechless for a long time. Once League of Legends was popular all over the world, but sadly, Wuxia's team didn't do well, often being crushed by foreign teams. Except for one team, Wings. Fans called Wings the League of Wuxia's League of Legends, Wings that protects the nation. Facing the encirclement of foreign teams, Wings fought fiercely against the world's top teams, taking the championship many times. It was Wings who used exquisite skills, coordination, and unyielding spirit to defend the honor of Wuxia's esports. And two of the star players, pianist Raytheon and consciousness master Fengyu, had superb operation and consciousness in the competition, which were talked about by countless fans. But with the rise of Jiutian, the youth of this generation faded with the decline of League of Legends. They didn't expect that the ones standing in front of them were the two most tenacious players. If it was really those two, then Friendship and the others weren't worthy of these two god-level players. Chapter 82. Acting chic and interpreting handsome. The two of them directly used a video call to display their previous award certificates. With such solid evidence, 10 Steps and the others had no reason to doubt him. Wow, it's the two gods from the Wings that protects the nation. Sister Sticky, their skills are really good. I've been a fan of them for years. 10 Steps changed his hostile attitude. No wonder they could be so calm in the face of ridicule and sarcasm. It was because they had already stood at the top of the world. Handsome said, Sigh, that's all in the past. Fortunately, their skills from before can still be used in online games. Facing the excited 10 Steps, Sheik was also calm. Actually, there are still many differences between online games and esports. For example, we still can't figure out how Nameless passed the Twin Towers. We don't want to join a professional guild, although we also want to level and equipment and become stronger. Professional guilds operate too formally. Moreover, the resources are all given to the top. We have no chance even if we join. High Heels nodded. The management of a professional guild was like that. It was more like the management of a company. There was a clear hierarchy. How about this? You guys can join our guild first. However, I can't guarantee that the guild leader won't come, nor can I guarantee that the guild leader won't accept your challenge. Of course, if you want to quit, we won't restrict you. As for equipment and treasures, we won't forcefully take them. If the guild has any needs, I think we'll discuss it with you. That's about it. 10 Steps said excitedly. While we wait for Brother Nameless, we can also level up together. We can form a team. Handsome and Sheik looked at each other. There seemed to be no reason for them not to stay. Okay, Then we'll join the guild. Lu Chen changed into his own equipment and was leveling up in the area of the level 17 and 18 striped tigers and golden pangolins. Of course, he was good at fighting bosses. However, when it came to farming, his speed was not as fast as 7 monsters. In the end, he just sat on the side with 10 steps and gained experience. With nothing to do, Lu Chen opened the guild interface and found that there were 2 more people in the guild. Acting chic and interpreting handsome? Who are they? They're both level 11. This level was definitely considered high among unaffiliated players. Forget it, let them manage it. Looking at his experience bar, it wouldn't take long for him to reach level 15. It was a little guy playing around in front of Lu Chen. Lu Chen didn't care. In any case, they were all trash with a combat power of 1. So they couldn't do anything to each other. An hour later, the long-awaited golden light rose from under Lu Chen's feet. The 10 little guys looked at their master curiously. Hee, what are you looking at? Haven't you seen someone leveling up before? Lu Chen hurriedly opened his personal interface. Rarity, perfect 4-star 3D increase 450%. 0/325 star. 0 to 1 primordial heart. Title 1. Tiger's Courage, Dragon's Might, basic health increase by 20%. Title 2, Yuwa Vanguard. Increase base strength by 10%. Title 3, Champion, basic physique increase by 10%. Level, 15 level, 94/400000. Body strength, 201, 154 plus 47. Agility, 185, 154 plus 31. Constitution, 199, 154 plus 45. Spiritual power, 8. Attack. Physical attack 255 to 265. Poison attack, 10. Defense. Physical defense 148, 77 plus 71. Health, 5,796, 4,080 plus 1,716. Talent. Inferior werewolf bloodline. Tier 4 23%, double critical hit. Talent. Inferior venomous spider bloodline. Tier 4 inflict 3%, 174 plus 10. Of poison damage duration, 5 seconds. Increase movement speed by 20%. Talent. Inferior snake bloodline. Tier 4 inflict 3%, 174 plus 10. Of poison damage. Poison damage increases by 10% for every step the target takes, duration 7 steps. Maximum duration 60 seconds. Talent. Inferior succubus bloodline. Tier 4 field of vision expanded by 400 meters. Immune to low-level charm type effects. Army recruitment order. 10 directions 12438/200. 000. Elixir 8. 624/800 pure aura. 250 physical attack, 180 poison attack, almost 6,000 health. Not bad. Lu Chen nodded in satisfaction. Oh, right, there's also a new talent. Lu Chen was very interested in the Tiger Monster's combo, and checked the kill count. The Tiger Monster was still short of 400 kills to reach 1,000, and he would be able to unlock the Tiger Monster bloodline soon. 7 heads, 3 idiots, find the Tiger Monsters and kill them. After receiving the order, the 7 heads and 3 idiots immediately moved toward the areas with more striped tigers. After farming for less than an hour, the kill count was already enough. In the reputation shop, Lu Chen exchanged for the inferior tiger monster bloodline. Talent inferior tiger demon bloodline. Tier 0 able to quickly launch 2 attacks per attack. The attack power of the 2 attacks is 70% of the attack power of a single attack. The 2 attacks in a combo can enjoy critical hit, burn, freeze, poison, and other effects. 0 for 320, Tier 5 Talent Fragment. 0 out of 1 Primordial Fragment. Damn, I thought of critical hit, but I can't believe I can use poison. Lu Chen was shocked. Although the poison damage was based on the number of seconds or steps, the first attack would definitely have poison damage, and the poison damage would reset, which was equivalent to hitting another poison damage. Even if it was a Tier 0 combo, it could still hit 2 poison damage. With this calculation, the cost-effectiveness of the combo was even more than 100% critical hit. There was no need to explain anything. Lu Chen did not say anything and immediately upgraded the Tiger Monster bloodline to Tier 4. After the upgrade, the attack of the two attacks had become 90% of the first attack. Haha, this talent is too strong. The damage is almost doubled. With the new talent, Lu Chen was in a good mood, but he felt a little itchy to try it out. I really want to try out this new talent. Speaking of which, I'm already level 15. Is there not a normal dungeon around? Thinking of this, Lu Chen opened the official website to look for information. In the domestic server, there were no players who found a guild, so Lu Chen logged into the foreign server's official website. There are guilds in Korea that are attacking level 15 dungeons. There were two main reasons why the levels of the foreign servers were generally higher than the domestic servers. First, there were not so many players in the foreign servers. Starting from the novice village, players had more relaxed conditions for leveling up. This was very important. At the starting line, the local server players were far behind the foreign server players. Second, the foreign servers did not encounter the Misty Forest. One Misty Forest directly prevented the top players in the domestic server from leveling up normally for close to 3 days. Even Lu Chen did not level up for more than 2 days, otherwise, he would not have only reached level 15. Under the influence of these two factors, the gap between the levels of the foreign and domestic servers was gradually widening. At the moment, the highest level in the Korean server seemed to be the guild master of the Three Saints Guild, who was currently attacking the dungeon. He had just reached level 14. There were also many level 1 players in the guild. Of course, the dungeon was not a secret dungeon. There was no level limit, and one could find a level 15 dungeon at level 14. The Three Saints Guild had already announced on their guild's official website that they were betting on their dignity to become the first guild in Asia to clear the Tiger King's cave. It could be said that they had become the focus of attention in a short period of time. Lu Chen looked at the location. The dungeon was located in a valley not far from here. The equipment drop rate here is too low. I've been fighting for so long, and I still haven't gotten any equipment. Moreover, the price of normal equipment is not high. I'd better go to the dungeon to take a look. After recording the dungeon's location, Lu Chen recalled the 7-headed, 3 dumb, and 10 beasts. He then headed to the level 15 dungeon, Dark Cave. Before arriving at the dungeon, Lu Chen checked his backpack. After making sure that he had enough healing potions, he stepped into the Tiger King's cave. Chapter 83. The Three Saints Guild's official website was experiencing a surge in popularity, and the website traffic had exceeded 60 million in a single day. Although this traffic could not be compared to the big websites, they were just the official website of a gaming guild. It was already unbelievable that they had such traffic. At this moment, the website was broadcasting the Three Saints Guild's exploration of the Tiger King's cave. This was like a bomb that exploded among the Jutian players. Our Korean games is indeed strong. Go for it, Three Saints. You must get the first kill on the Asia server. So what if Wuxia has so many people? We only need 1 Three Saints to make them beg for mercy. The highest level in Wuxia is level 12. They are just a bunch of trash. We don't even need to send out a super first-rate guild. Any second-rate or third-rate guild can crush them. On the Three Saints official website, the Korean players fully utilized their home ground advantage and were the most active. On the other side, many Wuxia players were also watching the live stream. Hearing the Korean players being so arrogant and finding fault with them, they were furious. However, the truth was right in front of them. Although the Wuxia players were furious, they could not refute it. The most despicable thing was that as a global website, Three Saints' official website did not have any Mandarin output. Most of the players wanted to refute, but they could not. Where are the people from Wuxia? You can't refute the truth. Dirty bastards, please get it straight. Our Korean games are the strongest. In the past, the esports players were defeated by us. Now online games are also defeated by us. Tianqing, don't set your headquarters in Wuxia. Come to our Korean games. At this moment, Some of the Wuxia players who knew Korean could no longer hold it in, and finally retaliated. You have 3 saints. I'm sorry, but all guilds are nothing in front of Mad God. I'm sorry, but so what if your levels are high? We have a server-wide double reward on Friday. I forgot to remind you. If you are so strong, hurry up and activate the server-wide quest. I only have one question. Does your Korean server have a divine beast? You're really a frog at the bottom of a well. Mad God is teaching the Koreans a lesson. We don't only have Mad God. We also have Nameless. Didn't 3 saints only reach the 2nd level of the demon subduing tower? I'm sorry, Nameless, but I've still reached the 2nd floor. And I've lasted longer than you guys. It had been a long time since Mad God had made an appearance. Nameless had suddenly risen to prominence, and his fame in the country had even surpassed Mad God's. Naturally, the Korean players were not convinced. They did not know who Mad God and Brother Nameless were, so they immediately counterattacked. After a few exchanges, the discussion section below the video was suddenly filled with gunpowder. It wasn't until they saw the 3 Saints Guild gathering in front of the cave that they stopped. More than 303 Saints Guild players had gathered in front of the cave. The Tiger King's cave was a 5-man dungeon. This time, the challenge dungeon was personally led by the Guild Master, 3 Saints Razor, the Vice Guild Master, and the other 3 level 14 strongest players participated. It could be said that the 3 Saints group had the strongest lineup. At the ESD Guild headquarters, Xiao Yao, Old Su, Glasses, and a group of guild leaders gave up on the game and stared at the video. Gravel, green hair, blue clothes. Wait a minute, they have Avonhill's protection? Happy Wind asked curiously. Currently, the Avonhill's protection in the country was basically sold by Solipsistic. He had not heard of any guild defeating Avonhill on their own. It's not strange. They went back to kill it after their levels increased. Old Su seemed to have been paying attention to the 3 Saints Guild. This time, they must be determined to win. Otherwise, they wouldn't have broadcasted it. Glasses pushed his glasses up. Yeah, they can't clear the dungeon themselves. Why would they show us the dungeon situation? Old Su continued. Now we can almost be sure that the Chinese server will merge with the other servers in the future. If it's the Asian server merging, the other servers have a level advantage, and they're turning that into an equipment advantage. We have to make up for the gap as soon as possible. After saying that, Old Su turned around and looked at the group of young people. The competition in the country is getting more and more intense. But we can't just focus on the country. Happy Wind nodded. Got it, Old Su. They're level 14, so we'll clear the Tiger King's cave at level 1. We can't beat them in clearing the dungeon, but at least we won't let them completely crush us in terms of equipment. In the video, the nameless players from the 3 Saints Guild finally stepped into the Tiger King's cave after some preparation. As soon as Lu Chen entered the cave, he released the 7-headed 3 dumb. The 10 beasts hadn't had time to level up yet. It was too dangerous for them here, so Lu Chen kept them in the beast pen. The deep cave was connected in all directions. Currently, there was no map guide on the official website, so Lu Chen could only open the map in one direction. Not long after, a group of level 15 special elite striped tigers appeared in front of them. There were a total of 5 of them. 4 of them were level XX elite striped tigers, and one of them was level 16 special XX elite striped tiger. Level 15 special elite. They're not as strong as the monsters in the fog forest. Let's just clear them. The monsters in the fog forest were all super mutated elite monsters. They were 1 grade higher than the monsters here. The 3 dumb started attacking, and the 7-headed 3 dumb threw their heads in a daze. Killed agile scarlet-eyed striped tiger, level 15 elite. Captured 2,712 spiritual energy. Obtained rank 3 talent fragment 2. Obtained 3 star quality points. Extracted 2 pure spiritual energy. Ding! Obtained tiger tooth asterisk 1. Killed strong scarlet-eyed striped tiger, level 15 elite. Captured 2,712 spiritual energy. Obtained rank 3 talent fragment 2. Obtained 3 star quality points. Ding! Obtained tiger skin asterisk 3. Killed strong scarlet-eyed striped tiger, level 15 elite. Captured 2,712 spiritual energy. Obtained rank 3 talent fragment 2. Obtained 3-star quality points. Killed strong scarlet-eyed striped tiger, level 16 elite. Captured 3,540 spiritual energy. Obtained rank 4 talent fragment 2. Obtained 4-star quality points. Extracted 2 pure spiritual energy. Ding! Obtained tiger skin boots white. Obtained tiger skin asterisk 2. Tiger tooth asterisk 2. Tiger gallbladder asterisk 1. Damn, as expected of a dungeon. The EXP is so much higher than outside. A wave of 5 monsters gave him 14,000 EXP. Lu Chen only gained 400,000 EXP after leveling up. After killing a wave of monsters, Lu Chen's EXP bar jumped by a section. Damn, if only I had discovered this place earlier. Lu Chen was suddenly energized. The tiger skin boots attributes were not bad. It was a level 12 equipment that added 19 physical defense and 5% movement speed. Moreover, it was a new piece of equipment. Lu Chen opened the equipment slot without hesitation and equipped it. The monsters in the dungeon dropped 2 sets of materials each time. But Lu Chen was no longer interested in 3-star or 4-star materials. Normal special elites also dropped large amounts of tiger skin, tiger tooth, and tiger gallbladder. These materials could be sold to NPC merchants for 10 copper coins each. These materials seem to be used by some classes. I'll keep them for now. After killing the first wave of monsters, Lu Chen led the team deeper into the dungeon. 10 minutes later, killed strong scarlet-eyed striped tiger, level 15 elite. Captured 2,712 spiritual energy. Obtained rank 3 talent fragment 2. Obtained 3-star quality points. Extracted 2 pure spiritual energy. Ding! Obtained item tiger skin felt hat, level 15 white. Obtained tiger skin X2. Killed strong scarlet-eyed striped tiger, level 15 elite. Captured 2,712 spiritual energy. Obtained rank 3 talent fragment 2. Obtained 3-star quality points. Ding! Obtained item tiger heart, X1. Killed strong scarlet-eyed striped tiger, level 16 elite. Captured 3,540 spiritual energy. Obtained rank 4 talent fragment 2. Obtained rank 4 quality points. Ding! Obtained item fine tiger skin boots, level 15 green. Obtained tiger skin X1, tiger tooth X2, tiger gallbladder X2. In just a few minutes, another 15,000 EXP was obtained. This was only the second wave of monsters, and he had already obtained a piece of green equipment. Haha, the dungeon's drop rate is awesome. Lu Chen was getting more and more excited. Where is the boss? Can you give me a few more pieces of blue equipment? Chapter 84. Exquisite Tiger Skin Boots, Level 12 Equipment. Physical defense plus 21 strength plus 20 agility plus 22 physique, plus 26 movement speed increased by 8%. These attributes were already very strong. The key was that it was level 12, and there was a group of players in the country who could use it directly. The price is at least 4 digits. Lu Chen immediately put on the green boots and led the 7-headed 3 idiots to find the next wave of monsters. After going around in circles, Lu Chen came to an open intersection and found 6 waves of elite striped tigers wandering in front of the north entrance. It seemed that the north entrance should be the boss room. These 6 waves are more concentrated. It'll be faster to pull them over and kill them all together. Lu Chen personally went up and pulled the 6 waves of monsters back. 7-headed 3 idiots fire at full power. In front of a catapult, numbers were not a problem at all. And Lu Chen, who was super tanky, could tank 6 Super XX Elite Striped Tigers without any pressure. The small team only had 5 minutes to finish the battle quickly. Lu Chen's system notifications flooded his screen. Almost 90,000 EXP, a large number of 3-star materials, tiger skin, tiger teeth, tiger skin felt hat, tiger skin boots, and even green tiger skin headgear and shoes dropped 3 pieces. Exquisite tiger skin felt hat, level 12 green. Physical defense, 19 strength plus 19 agility plus 18 physique plus 25 HP plus 380. Damn, it's so much better than the exquisite spider silk headgear. Lu Chen did not hesitate and put on the new equipment. Physical strength 233, 154 plus 79 agility, 214, 154 plus 60 physique, 240, 154 plus 86. Attack. Physical attack 287 to 297 poison attack 10, defense. Physical defense 192, 77 plus 115. HP. 6,816, 4,080 plus 2,736. After adding a new equipment and changing equipment, Lu Chen's attributes increased greatly again. Three-dimensional attributes increased by more than 30, physical defense increased by more than 40, and HP increased by 1,000. At the same time, the poison attack damage reached 214. Awesome. There was a boss in the cave. Lu Chen could not wait and entered the boss room. There was a boss in the room. Level 18 golden pattern Black Tiger King. Lu Chen smiled. Hee, I didn't expect to find the boss so quickly. But we can't let those small monsters go. Once we're done with the boss, we'll go check out the other paths. With Lu Chen's current attributes, a level 18 boss was nothing in his eyes. Immediately he started the fight. Lu Chen smashed the Tiger King with his club, and a long string of damage values immediately appeared above its head. Minus 116, minus 214 poison, minus 214 poisoned, dash 232 combo, critical hit, minus 214 poison, minus 214 poison. A single attack dealt 1,200 damage. Even in the Misty Forest, Lu Chen's attributes had doubled after his super mutation. He could not deal such high damage. Damn, his combo attack talent is too strong. Lu Chen couldn't help but exclaim. After receiving the attack, the Tiger King's HP bar was also displayed. It only had 6,000 HP. At the same time, the Tiger King also sent a slap over. Minus 79, minus 79 combo. Lu Chen's HP bar moved slightly. Damn, your attack is quite high. My physical defense is almost 200, and you can still deal 80 damage. As expected of a boss. After saying that, Lu Chen sent another slap. Minus 116, minus 214 poison, minus 214 poisoned, minus 116 combo, critical hit, minus 214 poisoned, minus 214 poisoned. The damage had already been stacked. After the numbers were stacked, it felt like he had dealt tens of thousands of damage. It looked particularly refreshing. His luck was not good. There were no critical hits, so he only dealt 1,088 HP. There was no suspense at all in the battle. Lu Chen's 6 slaps directly killed the Tiger King. Killed gold-striped Black Tiger King, level 18 party vice level boss. Captured 8,000 points of aura of all things. Obtained 2 tier 5 talent fragments. Obtained 2 5-star quality points. The crucial moment had finally arrived. Lu Chen opened his eyes wide and waited. Ding! Obtained dark gold ghost iron sword. Level 15 blue. Wow! It's here! Haha, blue equipment. Lu Chen clenched his fists and jumped up in joy. Not only was it a blue equipment, it was a weapon. Check the equipment. Lu Chen said impatiently. Dark gold ghost iron sword. Level 15 blue equipment. Attack power, 38 to 47. Strength plus 34. Agility plus 38. Physique plus 28. Increase 6. 8% critical hit chance by 2 times. Increase 40% critical hit damage. Seeing the last attribute, Lu Chen spat out a mouthful of blood. This thing was simply tailor-made for him. His critical hit chance was now 23%. With an additional 6. 8%. It would be a 30% critical hit chance. The key was the last attribute. Increase 40% critical hit. That meant that as long as he hit a critical hit, his damage would increase by another 40%. Coupled with the exaggerated 3D buff, this equipment could greatly increase his strength. Looking at the level 5 green broken stone in his hand, it had 9 to 15 attack, 6 strength, 8 agility, 6 physique. The difference was not just 1 or 2 levels. Without saying anything, he put it on first. Physical strength, 261, 154 plus 107. Agility, 244, 154 plus 90. Physique, 262, 154 plus 108. Attack power, physical attack, 344 to 357. Poison attack, 10 defense power. Physical defense, 206, 77 plus 129. Health points, 7,256, 4,080 plus 3,176. Poison attack increased to 228. After changing 3 pieces of equipment, Lu Chen's attack power increased by 90 points. After that, the Tiger King also dropped the green hat and shoes. Lu Chen checked them. The hat actually dropped a small exquisite item. Physical defense increased by 5 points and added 8 points to agility. Now exquisite items were not as valuable as before. After all, the attributes of the equipment itself were much higher than the additional attributes. It was not like before, when the base was too low. An extra point of attack was equivalent to a third of the attack. Too bad it adds agility. Otherwise the price would be higher. Lu Chen was a little disappointed, but he did not care too much. There were still people who would buy it. Lu Chen immediately led the team back to the first fork in the road and chose another path. Alright, there are several paths here. There should be other bosses. The 5 strong players of the Three Saints Guild were fighting the first wave of elite tigers. Their pulling skills are really good. Carefree Wind could not help but praise. The 5 monsters are very close to each other. His positioning is very accurate. He did not pull the other monsters. I have to say, the Three Saints Guild is indeed the best in Asia. Their damage is really high. They managed to kill that especially strong one so quickly. Alright, San, did you translate the item they dropped just now? What are the attributes of that green hat? As the Korean server was all in Korean, San had to go online to translate. Found it. Fine tiger felt hat. Physical defense 19 strength, 19 agility, 18 vitality 25. Damn, these attributes are too OP. Glasses said sourly. As expected of a level 12 green equipment, the attributes are almost as good as Avonhill's guard. Carefree Wind nodded. With this equipment, their tankiness and damage will go up another level. Chapter 85. Finally, the Three Saints team killed the first wave of elites and began to walk to the next area. Their route was the same as Lu Chen's, choosing the rightmost path at the fork. At this time, the livestream bullet screen was flooded with comments. As expected of Three Saints, methodical and skillful. They do have some skills. Pulling monsters, splitting damage, and aggro transfer. It's almost flawless. All 5 of them have top-tier equipment. Their damage is really high. The hat that dropped just now has strong attributes. I wonder how much it can be sold for. They won't sell it. This equipment will increase the gap between Three Saints and the domestic guilds. In Korea, the competition between the major guilds was equally fierce. Where's Wuxia? Do you see what a top-tier guild is? You guys are so good at bragging. Why didn't you be the first to raid the Tiger King's cave? Wuxia people are ignorant and blindly confident. Just a bunch of trash. Facing the ridicule of the Korean players, Wuxia players could only remain silent. They had no choice. They were live streaming. This was the best proof. Besides, be it solipsistic or nameless bro, they really didn't raid the Tiger King's cave. No matter how much they said, it was useless. Killed Dark Moon Silverstriped Tiger King, level 18 party vice boss. Captured 8,000 points of all things aura. Obtained 2 rank 5 talent fragments. Obtained 2 5-star quality points. Extracted 2 pure aura. Lu Chen weighed the new weapon in his hand. The black blade glowed faintly with a blue light. It was mysterious and beautiful. It was completely incomparable to a wooden club. Fuck, this is what a weapon is. The critical hit is so high. I can't stand it anymore. In the second path, Lu Chen's speed was even faster than before. Unfortunately, this silver-striped tiger was stingy. It didn't drop any blue equipment, but it dropped a pair of exquisite shoes. Forget it. It can't drop blue equipment every time. There's another path. Let's see if that guy drops blue equipment. In the third path, Lu Chen frowned as he looked at the wandering mobs in front of him. Fighting wave after wave. How troublesome. Why don't I pull them all together? Lu Chen currently had over 7,000 HP, and his physical defense was also high. He was not at all afraid. This time, Lu Chen used a new tactic. He pulled the 8 waves of monsters from the beginning to the end, and pulled them into the boss room. When the last boss, the level 19 Phantom Gold Blade Tiger King raised its head, it was shocked. A player ran into his room with a group of tigers. 7 heads, kill them. I'll do it. 3 idiots, protect 7 heads. Lu Chen single-handedly tanked the Tiger King, 8 special XX elite bosses, and 25 special elite monsters. His HP was quite stable. Lu Chen was in the middle of a group of tigers. He stabbed and poisoned each of them. Killed Agile Scarlet-Eyed Striped Tiger, level 15 elite. Captured 2,712 Heaven and Earth Spiritual Energy. Obtained 2 rank 3 talent fragments. Obtained 2 3-star quality points. Extracted 2 pure spiritual energy. Ding! Obtained item. Tiger Tooth *1. Killed a strong scarlet-eyed striped tiger, level 15 elite. Obtained 2,712 points of Heaven and Earth spiritual energy. Obtained 2 rank 3 talent fragments. Obtained 2 3-star quality points. Ding! Obtained item. Tiger Pelt *3. Killed a strong scarlet-eyed striped tiger, level 16 elite. Obtained 3,540 points of Heaven and Earth spiritual energy. Obtained 2 rank 4 talent fragments. Obtained 2 pure spiritual energy. Ding! Obtained item. Fine Tiger Pelt Boots green. Obtained Tiger Pelt *1. Tiger Tooth *2. Tiger Gallbladder *1. Tiger Heart *1. Experience and item notifications kept popping up. Killed Phantom Gold Blade Tiger King, level 19 Party Vice Boss. Obtained 9,200 points of Heaven and Earth spiritual energy. Obtained 2 rank 5 talent fragments. Obtained 2 5-star quality points. Ding! Obtained item. Fine Tiger Pelt Leg Guards, level 12 green. Fine Tiger Pelt Felt Hat, level 12 green. Obtained Tiger Pelt *5. Tiger Tooth *4. Tiger Gallbladder *1. Damn, I didn't drop any blue. Lu Chen was depressed. My luck is really bad. I dropped a leg guard. This is a new poser. It's okay. Sigh. Just as Lu Chen was about to check the leg guard's information, the system sent out a notification sound. Ding! Tiger King's cave cleared in 021:27. Congratulations on setting a new dungeon clearing time. There's still a dungeon clearing time? Just don't make any more announcements. Lu Chen was most afraid of the system, giving him some kind of server-wide system announcement. Fortunately, the system didn't seem to be so high-profile this time, and didn't make any server-wide announcements. However, the system had another sentence at the end. Because you cleared the Tiger King's cave in less than 45 minutes, you and your team's crazy killing has angered the Shadow Tempest Tiger. Please prepare to receive the Shadow Tempest Tiger's fury. Hidden Boss Shadow Tempest Tiger, refresh time remaining, 0:02:59. Please note that if you exit the dungeon now, your result will be the final result, and will remain on the Tiger King's Cave dungeon leaderboard. If you choose to accept the challenge, the dungeon clearing time will be extended accordingly. Ha! When Lu Chen saw this message, he exploded. There's a hidden boss. No matter what, under normal circumstances, this kind of hidden boss's loot was the most awesome. Moreover, it was the first one in the entire server. Wouldn't that be even more awesome? What clearing time? Lu Chen didn't care at all. What he wanted was the Shadow Tempest Tiger. Shadow Tempest Tiger's fury, come and burn me quick. Lu Chen couldn't contain his excitement. He was eager to face the first hidden boss. Damn it, the gold-striped Black Tiger King's attack is too high. After being wiped out once, 3 saints returned to the Black Tiger King's room. This time, everyone drink intermediate healing potions. When your HP is below 40%, switch out immediately. I'm the main tank, Taejo. Pay attention to your defense. Park Taejo was the team's talisman master. She had already learned the level 2 Iron Bastion, which could increase the team's physical defense by 50 points. Okay, get ready to fight the boss. The viewers in the live stream watched 3 saints as they explored the dungeon. The bullet screen never stopped. Razor changed his equipment and has a level 2 Iron Bastion. But the Tiger King's damage is still so high. The key is that the Tiger King has combo attack, and its attack speed is high. It's too scary when paired with this skill. The Tiger King also has critical hit. Although the chance is low, as long as it does, the damage will be off the charts. In TT Guild, Lin Sun, Old Peng, and the other team leaders were also learning how to clear the Tiger King's cave dungeon. According to Jyotian settings, Tiger-type monsters don't have critical hits. The Tiger King actually has critical hits. Could it be that it has critical hit equipment? It should be. In Jyotian settings, the equipment of monsters will often be revealed in battle. Take Everhill's protection for example. Once you hit it, you'll be slowed. It's disgusting, Old Peng guessed. Although the chance of critical hits isn't high, when paired with combo attack, the damage is too high. This dungeon is indeed difficult. After a tough battle, and using intermediate healing potions, 3 saints finally reduced the gold-striped Black Tiger King's HP to red. Everyone in the audience held their breaths. After the 5 of them attacked, the gold-striped Black Tiger King finally fell. A string of Korean characters appeared in front of 3 saints' Razor. They had finally killed the gold-striped Black Tiger King. Damn, it dropped 3 pieces of green equipment. Glasses had been staring at the screen. When he saw the system notification, he immediately recognized the equipment's color. Xiao Yaofeng couldn't help but shake his head. It'll be difficult to surpass 3 saints now. Chapter 86. The Daehan players cheered. Haha, we've defeated the first boss. 3 sages who gambled their dignity is even more admirable. Wuxia Yamato, did you see that? We the Daehan players are the kings of online games. Just wait to be dominated by us in the future. 3 sages is the strongest. There must be a lot of Wuxia and Yamato players secretly watching the live stream. Just be our students. The Wuxia and Yamato players were forced to stand on the same side. Facing 3 sages' victory, they could only endure the ridicule. The Yamato players were better off, as they also had guilds testing the Tiger King's cave instance dungeon. However, the Wuxia players could only choose to remain silent. There was no other way. Currently, there were only a few teams in the country that could gather a level 12 team. Even 3 sages' level 14 team was wiped out once. How could the country's team clear a level 15 instance dungeon? Now they could only wait for Friday's double and quickly level up. Perhaps because they were in a bad mood. There were even some Wuxia players who expressed their dissatisfaction with Solipsistic. Where's Solipsistic? Where's Nameless Bro? Why isn't he making a move? Must he give the first blood to the Koreans and let them get away with it? Maybe it's just like what the Koreans said. Those 2 people don't live up to their reputation. Lu Chen waited for 3 minutes. Suddenly, a huge shadow appeared at the entrance of the boss room, blocking the exit. Lu Chen turned around. That fellow was like a black cat in the dark night, taking light and vigorous steps without making a sound. A pair of golden eyes stared fixedly at its prey. The Shadow Tempest Tiger was only level 18, but its avatar was Diamond. Damn, what kind of boss is this? Lu Chen couldn't help but become serious. It seemed that this hidden boss was stronger than the average boss. 7 heads, 3 fools stand behind me. Lu Chen gripped his dark steel sword tightly. Let's see how strong this guy is. Lu Chen and the Shadow Tempest Tiger rushed towards each other at the same time. It was actually the Shadow Tempest Tiger that raised its hand first, which meant that its agility was higher than Lu Chen's. Minus 436 critical hit. Minus 182 combo. Such a high attack. Lu Chen didn't show any weakness either. He launched a combo attack, thrusting his sword twice at an extremely fast speed. Minus 466 critical. Minus 228 poisoned. minus 228 poison, minus 466 critical, minus 228 poisoned, minus 228 poisoned. Lu Chen dealt 2 critical hits in a row, dealing a total of 1,844 points of damage. You only have 7,000 HP. After this exchange, Lu Chen realized that his worries were completely unnecessary. This guy made his entrance look very cool. He wasn't his opponent at all. He even made him take him seriously. 7 of them. Go all out and hit them as you wish. When the Shadow Tempest Tiger's HP dropped to 40%, Lu Chen suddenly realized that the Shadow Tempest Tiger's attack speed had significantly increased, and it even had dodge. Tigers didn't have dodge talents. Could it be that this guy had dodge equipment? Let's hope it drops. Even if it wasn't a critical hit, Lu Chen's attack could still deal about 1,400 damage. The 8,000 HP Shadow Tempest Tiger couldn't even last for 2 minutes before dying. Killed Shadow Tempest Tiger. Level 18 Party Dungeon Diamond Boss. Captured 10,200 aura of all things. Obtained 2 rank 6 talent fragments. Obtained 2 6-star quality points. Damn, a 6-star material dropped. Lu Chen was a little excited now. Where could he exchange these materials for reputation? One could exchange for 100,000. Ding! A pleasant sound rang out, and Lu Chen's ears immediately perked up. Obtained item. Shadow Tempest Jacket. Level 15 blue. Obtained item. Dark Iron Nether Gold Sword. Level 15 blue. Obtained item. Tiger's Blood *1. Damn. 2 blue equipment. Lu Chen took a deep breath. This harvest was a little out of his expectations. He thought there would only be 1 item. No, to be precise, there should be 3 because the material Tiger's Blood this time was also blue. Lu Chen didn't know what the material was for, so he put it away first. The key was to look at the 2 blue equipment. Shadow Tempest Jacket. Level 15 blue, rare jacket containing the power of wind and night. Defense. Physical defense 29, spiritual defense 8. Strength plus 23, agility plus 42, physique plus 28, special effect, wind ripple. Temporarily increases attack speed by 20%, movement speed by 10%, and evasion by 10%. Duration, 10 seconds. Cooldown, 120 seconds. Special effect, Night Demon. After entering the night, movement speed is increased by 10%, and evasion by 10%. Stackable with wind ripple. Fuck me, this equipment is too awesome. Lu Chen took a deep breath. Everyone had blue equipment, but there were good and bad blue equipment. This equipment was even more overpowered than the Nether Gold Sword. As expected of a hidden boss drop, this is too awesome. It can increase movement speed by 20%, evasion by 20%, and attack speed by 20%. Let's not talk about it anymore. Let's put it on first. Lu Chen took off Evenhill's Guardian and put on the Dark Knight Tempest Jacket. Evenhill's Guardian was colorful and not very good looking, but the Dark Knight Tempest was completely different. With a pure black jacket that emitted a faint blue light, coupled with the Nether Gold Sword, the entire character's appearance had undergone a drastic change. Clothes make the man. When Lu Chen wore this outfit, he could already be considered handsome. Unfortunately, he could only focus on the upper body. Damn, where the hell am I going to get pants? I'm still wearing beginner shorts. They don't match at all. Lu Chen held his forehead. Ding! As you have cleared the Tiger King's cave in less than 30 minutes, you and your team's crazy slaughter has angered the Roaring Frost Tiger. Please prepare to receive the Roaring Frost Tiger's fury. Level 2 Hidden Boss Roaring Frost Tiger. Equipment time remaining 0:09:59. Please note, if you exit the dungeon now, your score will be the final score and will remain on the Tiger King's Cave dungeon leaderboard. If you choose to accept the challenge, the dungeon time will be extended accordingly. Lu Chen looked at the system message and fell into deep thought. Damn, how many hidden bosses have I angered? What the hell is going on? One by one. Are they going to let me out or not? Don't tell me there's more after the level 2 dungeon? Damn, I have to wait for 10 minutes. Speaking of which, a level 2 hidden boss. What would it drop? I don't want anything else, just give me a pair of pants. Originally, Lu Qin had cleared the dungeon in 21 minutes. However, after fighting the Dark Knight Tempest Tiger, he had to wait for 6 minutes. Now he had to wait for another 10 minutes. He did not need to recover either. Since he was bored, he released the 10 beasts to play with them, and also to cultivate intimacy points. We have experience this time. Everyone be careful. We must defeat the Dark Moon Silver-Striped Tiger in one go. Yes, leader. Okay, Taiju defend. I'll start fighting the boss. In front of the video, Brother Tao and a few of the guild's main leaders were watching the video. Trinity should be able to clear the dungeon in one go this time. With their previous experience, their equipment has also been updated. They have dropped a few pieces of green equipment. The attributes are very good. At this rate, they will really be able to clear the Tiger King dungeon this time. When we get to the 10 beasts, we will also try it. As long as we can defeat the first boss and get the equipment, we will be able to form a virtuous cycle. Brother Tao narrowed his eyes slightly. When we have this new batch of equipment, we will not be afraid of anyone anymore. We must reclaim the main city. When the time comes, we will farm a few more times. When we see that guy in the future, we will kill him every time we see him. You're tuning in to the Li Mei's Wuxia Whispers YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support. And don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.